this. Fresh off the Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. When niggas get gunned down and left slung from thumbs up a fucking round. This ain't accounting for you bitches to come around.
Yeah, don't fast forward. That's what this whole fucking movie is. What up, and welcome to another episode of the unofficial podcast of the National Football League, the world-famous and critically acclaimed 5-6 King podcast. I'm David Breen. With me, as always, my dear friend and co-host, Braden Bullard. Braden, how are you, man?
I'm doing so good. You know, this is actually the loudest I've been all day because of this fucking movie. I've just been so quiet.
You've been quiet. You're just on edge.
Well, I watched it before I went out and did shit. Like, I was like quarter way through the movie, and it just like set me up to be like, be quiet. Like they put the subtle reminders throughout the movie. It's like, you gotta shut the fuck up.
I don't think they're subtle.
Yeah, they're not.
That's what this whole movie's about.
It's like extreme sign language of shutting the fuck up. Yeah, so I mean, it's the loudest I've been all day, man.
Well, live it up, man.
So
Live it up, enjoy it.
I feel so great.
Yeah.
How do you feel, dude?
I'm feeding off your energy.
Yeah.
Feeding off your energy. I've talked all day. Been in
Yeah.
a very normal Dave Breen volume.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm feeding off this energy. Like I want to be loud. you
All
know?
this energy is being supported by 6 vegan donuts that I had earlier. Had like a crazy workout.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
Shut
Might not be Nev's
the
barbecue.
fuck up. We are a brisket and brownie podcast.
That's true.
Always have been, always will be. We don't talk about vegan shit.
Yeah, that's.
We don't
that's
talk
a good
about
point.
donuts.
Yeah. I tried to give it a shot.
Yeah, swing and a miss, all right? Swing and a fucking miss. On the day that Nev's barbecue,
I know.
greatest barbecue and brownie on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
All right? I went to this place. I'm not even going to use their fucking name. I went to this place in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Ooh.
I had a long layover there, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm Ubering and getting some barbecue. Dog shit compared to Nev's in Palm Beach Gardens.
Wow.
Fucking dog shit.
That speaks volumes because that's supposed to be like the barbecue area.
Yeah, I was stoked. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. It was good. At the time, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
But you
I was like, this and then I had really good barbecue.
and then you're like, oh my god,
So much better.
reality is setting in, and
Yeah.
I now finally understand.
Yes.
God,
Finally understand what love is, you know?
what an eye opener. Because I haven't
I
had
finally
Nev's.
understand how to please a woman.
Really,
Nev's barbecue taught me that.
like the way you like lick him.
No, just like it was all a mental game.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't make love to the food. It's disgusting, Braden.
I thought
all
you
right?
were
I'm not an
sucking
animal
bones or-
over here.
Oh,
Just the way, like when you eat it, just something clicks and you're like, oh, I need to be a more generous lover.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they do for you.
I mean,
I'm excited for you to try it.
I'm excited too, man, because I need
Nev's, I'm taking you up on that. Next episode, we'll be eating some Nev's barbecue on here.
fucking platter buffet.
Oh yeah.
Fucking brownies, just yeah. So they went around the building, right? I mean, god damn, this is so fucking good.
So fucking good.
I can't wait.
Me neither. Me neither. I was gonna say I can't wait, but
What were
that's
we
what you
talking about?
said.
We just I can only think of Nev's now. Were we getting to something else?
No, probably not.
Just barbecue.
Let's just go 2 more hours. Just talk about Nev's.
well, this movie
Talk 'em up.
was practically a silent film. Fun fact: when they
Hey guys, next week we're doing Charlie Chaplin.
yeah
Something of his, because why not, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
That's what we do.
When they initially wrote this script, 2 things. One, Paramount Pictures wanted it to be a part of the Cloverfield franchise, you know, because we did 10 Cloverfield Lane. They were thinking of it.
We sure did.
Sure it did. And then once when they got John Krasinski on board,
Jim from The Office.
yeah, or
Emily Blunt.
yeah, or you know, Reed Richards or Jack Ryan, you know, whichever.
Oh, you're saying other characters that he's done,
Yeah,
as if there's a chance one of those we would go with.
I was going with Jack Ryan.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Jack Ryan. Are you fucking kidding me?
just I mean he
Is
plays
Reed Richards his name in this movie?
no.
Who the fuck is Reed Richards?
David, Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four.
Is he in that coming out?
No,
He's
so he was
Mr. Fantastic?
dude. So
He's going to be Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, he is. So he was already he was in Wakanda, or not Wakanda,
Not Wakanda.
WandaVision. I mean, or the
Okay.
fucking not WandaVision.
Well, he's. I don't care what he was in,
the Wanda,
but
fucking
he's-
movie.
but he's not any of those things. He's Jim Halpert.
Okay, Jim Halpert.
I don't think you struggled with that last name at all.
Is that how you say
I think you intentionally struggled, as if it's such a weird last name.
It's kind of
like
like a
you
weird
weren't. Yeah, but you knew it.
Halpert?
You knew it, and you said it perfectly.
Oh,
But you did it weirdly, as though to seem like you weren't sure. You were sure.
okay.
You fucking knew it.
Jim Halpert. Halpert.
A Quiet Place.
Yes,
That's the movie
that is the movie.
where Braden can pretend like he can't pronounce other names.
It's a tricky one. I don't know. Jack Ryan just rolls right off the
Fuck
tongue.
Jack Ryan. Right? It's not believable as a fucking shadow recruit.
Yeah.
All right, he's believable as the goofy guy in the office of a mid-level paper company.
That same dude was supposed to be Captain America
Yeah,
and then became Reed Richards.
a way worse
Yeah.
role.
Yeah. Yeah. it
If
was-
anyone was like, "No, Mr. Fantastic, shut up, nerd."
he also got
all right.
blown up.
Mr. Fantastic's great. You're a nerd.
Yeah.
Captain America.
Actually.
He's viewed as the captain of the Avengers.
Yeah. It's probably the coolest role of all time.
I don't know. I think that's a stretch.
No, yeah.
Do you know what the coolest role of all time is?
Oh, dude. Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor.
It's Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor, guys.
Bro.
Name a cooler role. You can't. Guess what, guys? I'm pumped that that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say Alonzo Harris
Yeah.
in Training Day. But no, Braden's right. I'm wrong. It is Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor, guys.
Ah,
Coolest
God.
role of all time.
So fucking nutty.
Greatest movie ever.
Dude.
Talking money
Oh,
for
yeah.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah, what do you think, David? Give me your thoughts.
What year did this come out?
2018.
All
So,
right.
not too
Office
long.
was done. Jack Ryan had started.
Yeah, this
So
is
Jim was making a little bit of money at this point. Emily Blunt, you know, I can't name another thing she's in, but her resume speaks for itself.
yeah.
You know, she's that's the name of a movie star.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess this is like a $30 million budget.
Lower.
All right, good. A lot lower.
Yeah.
10 million.
A little bit higher.
15.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made enough to do a sequel for a movie that has absolutely no business having a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Budget was 17. Let's say they made 10 times that. Made 170 million.
More. Much more.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Double that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how much?
340 million.
Jesus
Almost-
Christ.
Almost 341.
That's
Sheesh.
bananas.
And it's like, man, if you're John Krasinski, you're just basically like, fuck everyone, fuck Hollywood. Come on, someone else do that.
Yeah. No one could do what I do.
Yeah,
No motherfucker out there could do what I do.
I'm Reed Richards.
No.
Oh,
Jim.
yeah,
Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert. Yeah, so they definitely had to come out with a second one. I mean, like, why not? You know,
Yeah. If you make 340,
340.
they made 20 times
Yeah.
their initial. They happy with that?
They fucking better be.
Yeah.
dude.
Of course, they're like, oh my god, we have to make a sequel.
And I'm sure because for 17
Remember
million.
when I visited you in L.A. Sorry not to cut you off,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
there's a big billboard on fucking Sunset.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place too. I was like, oh, big blockbuster hit.
Yeah.
coming soon.
So this is John Krasinski's first film that he's done where he's acted in the same scene with his wife Emily Blunt, which they are married in real life. I'm sure he fucking hardballed her for the like 17 million. She could have got paid 17 million alone for this fucking role. She literally was like outstanding.
I mean, he hardballed her like.
Like, hey babe, you know, like I got this film I'm gonna be directing and I'm writing it and I'm acting in it.
So I didn't know he directed or wrote it.
Yeah, so he got a original script, and then they like brought him on board. So then he made like a revision of it, and then he was also like asked to direct it as well. And
Yeah, I'm on the phone, man.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Keep talking.
But I'm sure that he was like, "Hey, babe, you know, like we're gonna be able to act together. You know, and we'll just bring down the, you know, what were we gonna put in the contract? Oh, 10 million. Why don't we just make it like 3? You know, you're a big star. I'm a big star. We'll do good numbers, and then we'll do a second one, and we'll pay you more the second time."
So he wrote and directed. Did he write and direct the sequel?
I think he did direct it. I'm sure he probably wrote it a bit.
It's crazy how much the producers get out of this shit.
Oh my god.
He starred, and I get they fund it,
Yeah.
but he starred, wrote, and directed it.
Mm-hmm.
Just for context, The Office was on for a very long time. I'm sure he got paid handsomely for that.
I heard he got paid $20,000 an episode for the first 3 seasons,
Yeah, and
which
then
is a good amount.
and then it took off.
And then he's getting paid
And
like
he's-
$1 million an episode.
Yeah,
or
it's not
something
$1
crazy.
million.
Yeah, but
But
probably a few
but a
hundred
lot.
grand.
Yeah. So, celebrity net worth isn't always correct.
Yeah.
What would you guess his net worth is?
Today?
Yes.
100 million?
Less.
50?
More. 80.
That's why I was
Yeah.
between 50 and 100.
Which, like, I'm not scoffing. That's a ton of money.
No, it's a shit ton of money.
But he starred, directed, and produced a movie with a budget of $17 million that made $340 million. And then I'm sure, will you just pull up who wrote and directed A Quiet Place 2?
Yeah.
Because, like, if he did, it's up there. Written by John Krasinski.
Yep.
We click on the
Written and directed by
written
John.
and directed by John Krasinski.
Yeah.
That made less. Had a much higher budget and made less money. That's why there is no Quiet Place 3. There never will be.
I you know, now rewatching the first one, I do like the second one better, which is kind of like the
I'll
one
tell you something right now.
weird aspect about this.
If we ever review the second one, I'm gonna take this
Uh-huh.
off of my microphone and expose the metal part.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna bash you over the head with it as many times as I can until either you're dead, the microphone is just completely shattered, or my arm is so exhausted that I can't do it anymore.
That sounds exhilarating.
But here's the rule. You can't defend yourself.
Ah.
Yeah. Can't defend yourself, you can't fight back.
So just
You just
trauma.
gotta take it.
Yeah.
So doesn't sound fun. So don't do the sequel.
All right, guys. So in 2 weeks, guess what?
Let's
Should we get to the ratings?
we should.
Well, guys, A Quiet Place. They got a 7.2 out of 10 on
Are you looking at A Quiet
IMDb.
Place? You're looking at A Quiet Place 2 right now.
Huh?
That screen is A Quiet Place 2.
Oh, you are
Yeah, 'cause I
so
had you-
right.
I had you pull it up.
Yeah.
so.
Well, not too far off. Quiet Place got 7.5 out of 10 IMDb. They got a 96% Rotten Tomatoes. Metacritic gave it an 82%. And them Google users, another 82%. Wow, will you look at that?
What'd you give it?
Give it a 7.3.
Yeah. That's fair. I don't hate it.
No, yeah.
Like, for doing a movie where the actors almost don't talk at all, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 7 is fine.
Yeah.
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Yeah, 96%.
96? Fuck everyone who was a part of that rating.
Yeah, that you're trying to say this is like the pinnacle of fucking filmmaking.
Yeah.
And
What'd The Godfather get on Rotten Tomatoes?
huh?
What'd The Godfather get on
Oh,
Rotten Tomatoes?
Fuck,
you know?
man. Yeah.
What did
I'm sure it's
What did Training Day get on Rotten Tomatoes? What did you don't have to look this up.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I don't think all these movies got over a 96.
and I think a big part about this movie is they got extra praise for the way that they were able to use silence as a tool. And I feel like they do a really good job at that.
That score.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean it's practically none. No, but some of the score and music and stuff was pretty amped up and hyped. But there just wasn't too much that really happened over the course of this film. They played on the subtleness of a lot of things. The acting was phenomenal, but it's just, to me, there wasn't enough crazy shit. Now, the second movie, they do a better job at taking this exact story and amplifying it a little bit more. But that's kind of something that I felt in the first one. They could have made more things happen. It was a good pace, but it was almost too slow. There was almost not enough. Could have been a little bit more, but overall, it was still, I feel like the acting is I feel like the directing, the pacing, the subtleness of certain things, but mostly the acting is what carried this film.
Oh, for sure, it's the acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Emily Blunt, John Krasinski, the blind little goofball. They all do great.
The deaf girl. Which,
deaf little goofball, yeah. Not blind, deaf.
So before we make a bunch of deaf jokes, David, I think we should say, or I should say now so that you were warned, this girl is actually deaf in
I
real
don't give a
life.
fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
She's still a deaf little goofball in this movie. She could be deaf in real life all she wants. Her character, she's probably not a little goofball in real life. This movie, deaf little goofball.
Yeah, she's definitely a deaf little goofball. And that's, when you think about it, how do you think she takes it?
Kind of person.
Well, that, but
deaf
it's
little goofballs.
But you're actually deaf in real life, and like you're really just almost portraying yourself. And then for them to like write you a little bit more goofy,
As a little goofball.
yeah, just like silly and like unaware,
Just angry.
yeah, pity party, yeah,
Can't hear.
yeah. Oh, it's all my fault.
Oh, you blame me?
No, yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
her.
God.
Fuck her.
So, David, should we get into awards?
I'm dying to get into awards.
Oh
bro.
my
I'm
God, I'm
fucking dying.
Just fucking dying. So, guys,
So pick just some of them.
Yeah, I'll just pick some.
Not, yeah.
because this movie was so fucking praised, especially Rotten Tomatoes, they got a 30.
Godfather got a 97.
Look at that.
So at
1%.
least, so at least they're like, Godfather's better. Like, we can't make it
1%.
can't make it as good as The Godfather. We get it,
Yeah.
but it's really fucking good.
Man, I'm just wondering if like, oh my God, I'm so captivated. There's just like, there's no sound.
Yeah.
Jim, do you hear this?
Speaking of which, they were nominated at the Academy Awards
For Best Achievement in Sound Editing. Yeah, there's
no sound.
because there's no fucking sound. Shh. So they got 35 wins and 126 nominations. It's got to be one of the most that we've had
Strap in.
such far on the podcast. I mean, there's maybe 1 to 2 other movies that were even close to the amount of wins and nominations that this film has. Probably Training Day and
I don't think Training Day would have been
Yeah.
nominated for as much. The Departed.
yeah, The Departed,
Maybe your that movie you like so much.
Interstellar. Yeah.
Interstellar probably had a lot. Yeah.
All right, so we'll get into some of them. They won the screen.
What was the other? Fear with Marky Mark.
Fears fucking blew it out the water. So they won the. I'm gonna fucking kill ya. They won the Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role. Emily Blunt, Screen Actors Guild Award.
SAG.
Oh, who doesn't like some SAG? They
You want
won.
to know something about the? We're not moving on.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not moving on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you want to know something about the Screen Actors Guild Awards? I had a teacher who was a member of the Screen Actors Guild. I will not give his name out because I don't. Maybe you could get in trouble for this.
I bet he was so much better than you though, in like every single way.
No, he's one of the most humble people I've ever known in my life. Nice try, though, you fucking loser. Very humble, very nice guy. If he was a cock, I would use his name and be like, I don't care if he gets in trouble with the Screen Actors Guild. I would care if this guy got in trouble from them. I don't know if he could, and it was because of our podcast. I'd feel awful.
Yeah.
But he just in class let us vote on the winners for the Screen Actors Guild
Really?
because he gets a vote.
Oh wow.
So that's what the Screen Actors Guild Awards are.
Just a bunch of
A
kids.
fucking sophomore class voting on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. Can you imagine it's like something ridiculous too? Like something that like it's High School Musical. That's
it's like he gets to vote off of. It's not every movie.
No, yeah,
It's
just the nominees.
It's like these 5 actors. These be wild if they it would have gotten weird.
Yeah. They won the Saturn Award for Best Horror Film and Best Writing at the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. Ooh, yes, indeed. They won the jury prize for commendable imported film at the Bandung Film Festival. Who doesn't like the Bandung Film Festival? I mean, so well known.
I don't like it. It sounds oriental. And I can't do their film festivals.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So food is great, but their film festivals not so great.
Yeah, just not up there. But they won the
but they make the best railroads. Their railroads second to none.
so fucking fast.
Second to none.
And you know what? They're basically silent.
So you're talking about their actual railroads.
It's like a quiet place.
I was talking about how Chinese people were just kind of, they helped build the Transcontinental Railroad in the U.S., and they were kind of just thrown into caves and blown up, and no one gave a fuck about them.
Oh.
Yeah. You went real with it, and I went pretty offensive.
Yeah.
About as offensive as I could have. I guess not. I guess I could have gotten weirder.
As offensive as American history gets. No, just that one in particular time in history.
I mean, slavery was for way longer.
No, yeah. Not comparing them. Just
sounds like you're saying slavery wasn't so bad.
No.
Have that be the headline. Braden Bullard, slavery wasn't as bad as people think. All right, there's plenty of worse things have happened in this country.
Have you seen what happened to the Orientals getting blown up?
Can't call them that.
Oh.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I'm sorry, guys. All right, so they won
You upset the blacks, and now you're like, want to upset the Asians also by calling them Orientals.
David, you're bringing this back in. I'm trying to steer.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to let that happen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Why not?
This is too much fun.
David.
This is too many. You shh. All right? I watched the fucking movie. Watch them all be quiet. Like, oh, don't say anything. You ruin it. Shh, you gotta be quiet. You'll ruin the surprise.
Because the surprise is...
Oh, it's monsters.
No, the surprise is they won the Critics' Choice Award for Best Sci-Fi Horror Movie. What? David, they also won the fucking Denver Film Critics Society Award for Best Science Fiction Horror Film and Best Original Screenplay. Who doesn't like the Denver Film Critics Society?
Scroll a little bit faster, because that's...
No, you don't like...
You were like, I'm not going to do all of them. I'll just scroll through and pick some of the winners. You're only in D's. It's alphabetically. Let's see if there's a Golden Globe.
You don't want the Gold Derby?
I do want the Gold Derby.
Okay,
Let's
so
hear
they
it.
won the Gold Derby Film Award for Sound of the Decade.
Oh!
No sound! And for sound.
Sound of the fucking decade.
2 awards. Not one. And David, come on. We got
2 awards?
We got to talk about the Golden Schmoes.
Wait, 2 awards?
Yep. 2 awards for the Golden Schmoes. 2. Best Horror Movie of the Year and Best Supporting Actress of the Year, Emily fucking Blunt.
Emily fucking Blunt.
Can you imagine winning all these awards and you had like 3 lines throughout the film?
I could imagine that, yes. Yeah.
Well, David, come on. Let's talk about the Hawaii Film Critics Society. Because if we had Denver, we got to have Hawaii.
You sound like a Howley. It's Hawaii.
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 They won the best.
Hawaii. Say it.
You're native.
Hawaii.
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 Hawaii. That was good.
Hawaii. Hawaii is what you said.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Just pretend like W does. W is a V and the H is a K.
Hawaii.
The H is a K.
H is a K.
So what noise does that make?
Hawaii. Kauai.
Hawaii.
Kauai.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it, but that's how I correct people and say it consistently. If anyone ever talks about that state, I correct them and say it like that.
Well, thank you, David.
And no one's told me I'm wrong yet.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you're right.
No, 'cause they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
They're like, he seems confident with that.
Well, David, we have covered Denver, we covered Hawaii, but why not the Kansas City Film Critics Circle Awards?
Why
Because
not?
they won. They won for outstanding science fiction, fantasy, or horror film.
There we go.
Because, it could be one or the other. And then if we did Denver, if we did Hawaii, if we did Kansas, why not the Las Vegas Film Critics Society Award?
Of course.
Because they won for Best Screenplay. And,
What were they nominated for underneath there?
oh, David, the Latino Entertainment Journalists Association Film Awards for Best Sound. And then we got the London Critics.
Nope. So is it Latino journalists, like the Latino entertainment journalists, did this award show?
Yes.
So it's not saying. So I thought they were calling this Latino entertainment, and I was wondering what made this movie Latino entertainment.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But it's the Latino entertainment journalists.
Yes.
They happen to be Latino
Yeah.
or Latina.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because, don't want to be sexist or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women could be maybe not Spanish women. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe Spanish women are not allowed to be journalists. Which I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. You should be if you're qualified. You should be allowed.
There's so many fucked up things in this industry, David.
It's so fucked up, man.
But David, if we had all those other places, why not Los Angeles Online Film Critics Society Awards? Because they won for Best Sci-Fi Horror Film.
Look at that. Of course they did.
Of course they did. And then, a bunch of other ones, it's not as good, not as good. Oh, the online film critics.
Not as good as the Denver. Oh, online.
Fucking yeah. We'll end it on that.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So stick around.
There's
'cause
so many.
We're gonna be diving into A Quiet Place. Just don't go anywhere.
It's gonna be so quiet.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hey, Derek Jeter. It's been 2 weeks.
Where the fuck you at? I thought we were gonna say it at the same time. I thought it was gonna be.
Hey.
I thought it was.
Hey. I am the one who talks to Derek Jeter.
Okay,
You understand?
okay.
I am the one who, if it came down to it, if Derek Jeter's like, I want to beat the fuck out of someone on the 5-6 Kings, I'm the one who takes that beating.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Let's do a countdown.
Yeah.
Tell me when we're on.
Oh, take it from the top.
Yeah.
All right. 5, 4, 3.
And we're back.
Hey. I'll just stay quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Take it from the top.
Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3.
And we're back. Hey, Derek Jeter. It's been 2 weeks, man. Where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? You watch my stories? Got nothing. Braden, back me up on this.
Yeah.
Braden! Let's just talk about the movie, all right? Let's just talk about the movie. We're here to talk about A Quiet Place.
I
All right, we all know
Derek Jeter.
We all know fuck Derek Jeter.
But fuck Derek Jeter. Right?
I told you I am the one who will speak to Derek Jeter.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So, guys, A Quiet Place. Oh, this shit's going to get fucking crazy. So, guys, we open up day 89. Should have
89?
been 69.
Day 89. So, if you guys aren't watching, I'm wearing my Dan Marino jersey. So, hopefully, Dolphins will get some magic out of this.
Yeah.
89, Mark Clayton. One of the best receivers in Dolphins history. One of Dan Marino's favorite targets. Day 89s. Just think, day Mark Clayton.
Wow, look at that
And you know what's great?
numerology.
You know what's great? I don't know for sure if he was 89. I'm saying all of this out loud, and he might have been 86.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
But we're just gonna move on.
Yeah, we're
as
just gonna-
though he was 89.
roll with the punches. So, guys, day 89, we open up on a town where if you don't really know, okay, is this just like a really shit old town? Now, I've driven through parts of the country where it's like deserted shit towns. I honestly couldn't tell.
You're gonna drive to Tampa over the weekend.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive through a couple of these towns.
Talk about Bradenton.
No, Bradenton
It's
isn't.
packed full of joy and love and fun.
No, Bradenton sucks, but it's
Oh.
it's like on the coast. It's not. It's too coasty.
My parents said they named me after that place, but
That's
all right.
too bad.
Yeah.
It says a lot about what they think of you.
It's spelled the exact
They're like,
same
you
way.
seem like fucking junkies would come see you to get painkillers when they don't need painkillers.
Wow. Wow.
That's you.
Fuck. That's actually pretty cool. Right? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Thought there maybe was a chance.
nah. There's a opioid epidemic going on in our country.
Yeah.
People are burying family members.
It's so cool. All right, so we
Do you think
open
you're
up.
funny?
What?
Do you think you're fucking funny? You come on here and you joke about drugs. I'm not laughing. The listeners aren't laughing.
All right, so speaking of drugs, we're in a grocery store,
Nope.
drugstore. I mean, it's a convenience store.
But speaking of drugs, we're in a grocery store. Think of that segue.
No, because
Because everyone, when you think grocery stores, you think drugs. When you think drugs, you think grocery stores.
they kind of go hand in hand.
They always have,
Just a little bit.
and they always no. Don't back off of it. Why would you? You're getting me on board with this nonsense.
Yeah.
This nonsense that you're doing, and then you tone it down. But just a little bit. No. We're either all in with this or we're all out, man. All right, I'm joining you.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going all in.
What-
When you think grocery stores, you think drugs. When you think drugs, you think grocery store. Always have, always will.
Yeah. If you think about it too, food is a drug.
Just keep talking. Just keep
We can
keep going into the movie. Keep going in the movie.
So we see a young small child just running, just kind of carelessly running in there. And as we're running, one thing I did pick up on that I found out was a fun fact was there was in one of the aisles in the grocery store, it's just like a long aisle of chips and bag. You know, like everything else is kind of like emptied, scattered, but there's just like a big long line of fucking chips. And you're like, what's with all the chips?
Can I guess?
Yeah, you want to guess?
It's a noisy snack.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
it's
Is
a-
that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a-
It's a fucking. You ever open a bag of chips?
Ah, dude.
It's loud. They're crunchy. Like, yeah.
yeah.
You can't be eating chips.
No. And then we see a girl. She's also walking around the grocery store. She's like a young kind of like teenage girl, and she has an earpiece in, like a hearing device.
She'll be known as deaf little goofball.
Yeah, deaf little goofball.
Little
And
deaf goofball. What were we saying before?
whatever rolls off the tongue, you know, I think
Yeah.
can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little deaf goofball.
We'll see as we go.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Go with that. She can't hear. She can't hear this.
She can't read my lips.
I was covering. I said it like this. Cunt.
Oh,
She
nice.
had no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
And then we see a young boy. He's sitting on the ground. And come to find out, this is the whole connection with the whole grocery and drugs. We see Mary Poppins. I actually haven't seen the movie with Emily Blunt being Mary Poppins, but I was just thinking, like, come on. There's no better character. What do you think?
I feel like you have to have seen the movie to call it that. I don't think we ever.
I mean, I've seen Mary Poppins, just not her being Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I don't know that we ever do that. We ever just pick. We've never seen it. Like she's Emily Blunt. She's a big name.
That is a big name.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I might come back and forth, but Emily Blunt is she's just sorting through all these different drugs.
You're just changing the game. A year and a half in. You're like, I've never seen it, but I'm gonna call her Mary Poppins.
I I just thought it was like the coolest character she's played. Like, who doesn't want to hear about Mary Poppins dealing with
Then you
all
watch.
this crazy shit?
Then you watch that movie before you bring that shit to this podcast. All right, we're about honesty, we're about integrity,
That's a good point.
and we're about family.
Oh, God damn it. That's right.
God first, family second.
Yeah,
Always.
Who doesn't love a good little bit of God in their life? So
You apparently.
drugs, David. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about drugs.
Yeah.
She's sorting through the drugs. Apparently, the young boy, which I was going to call Jack Ryan Jr. What do you got? You got a name for the young boy?
I'm all for calling him Jack Ryan Jr.
Okay, we're gonna.
But
He's a Jack Ryan Jr.
But he's Jim Halpert.
Okay, Jim Halpert. Okay,
And Jack Ryan Jr.
Jack
the
Ryan
kid.
Jr.
Yeah.
So she gets drugs for him. Did they ever clarify what the drugs were for again? Or
Nah.
am I just right?
Yeah,
Never
no,
got
no.
brought
He's-
back up.
He doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he might die.
Yeah. Like he's sitting on the ground and you're like, oh, he's kind of fucked up. But he gets his drugs and it's never really brought back up again. I don't really know
Yeah.
what the whole point of showing that in such a way was. But
Sex appeal.
yeah. And then we see the small child that was initially running around and he goes to like reach for what is like a space shuttle toy. And he goes and he's basically knocks it over and Deaf Girl pulls a little what the fuck was that? The devil fucking now it's just stupid. What is his name? The fucking superhero. The devil. Hellboy. No, not Hellboy. Well, it doesn't even make sense now that I'm thinking about it because he's not deaf. He's just blind.
Daredevil?
Daredevil, yes. She pulls a fucking Daredevil. She pulls a fucking Daredevil.
There we go.
And snatches that thing right before it hits the ground. I'm like, as I'm thinking, I'm like, wait, this is so stupid. This is the opposite. You guys get the fucking point. She is quick. She is swift. She knows what she's doing, even though she's deaf. And she saves the day. And she looks over. Who do we see?
Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert. It's fucking Jim Halpert. And goddamn. Halpert. Has John Krasinski ever looked so fucking good? So manly.
Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert just looks so good. Just drop dead gorgeous as a human being, don't you think?
Absolutely.
6'3". Emily Blunt is so fucking lucky. And he's like,
Yeah, she is.
he's like, that's my fucking girl. It's a way to save the day. They go over, they hug, they unite, and they walk out. And as they walk out, immediately going from a situation that we come to find out was very close to life or death, they just kind of like, we're all good. You guys hang in the back. So they walk out the grocery store, and they have the youngest boy and deaf girl hanging in the back.
So seriously, Jim took the rocket ship toy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was...
Because the kid, like, walked up with it, and he, like, grabs it from him and takes the batteries out, puts them down, puts everything on the table, and he does sign language. Just says, no, too loud.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sign language.
And then
which,
deaf girl hands him, like, as the parents walk out, deaf girl hands him the rocket ship toy and goes, like, shh. Like, don't tell him.
a lot of shh.
Don't tell him.
But funny enough, they were not going to have any subtitles. And then, like, halfway through the movie, they're like, there's just so much fucking sign
Yeah, how
language.
the fuck could they not have
They
some-
literally thought...
Fuck them. People would learn sign language.
Yeah, that people would get the subtext of the sign language, like just the body language of the sign
They're
language.
like, if we get just one person to learn sign language, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So obviously, like halfway through, they're like, dude, we gotta have subtitles. No one knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
So he was like very like freaking out, like, you know, David was showing, because that shit could have went off any moment. And we have no idea what's going on. Like, as a first-time, like, viewer, if you're watching this, you don't know why they're so skittish and why the town is empty. But as they walk out, they leave the youngest boy in the very back and Deaf Girl in front. And Deaf Girl chooses to grab the toy and give it back to him and then walk off once again without looking at the youngest boy. This boy's, what, 3 years old? 2?
Oh, come on.
I mean, dude, like,
I have
3?
I have a 4-year-old nephew who is not as big as that kid.
I mean,
This
I
kid's-
feel like
he's
he's
probably
3 or 4.
5.
All right, maybe 5. So when they walk out, one
I
thing
mean,
that
five isn't old or
No, yeah.
mature or patient or understanding.
no,
Like,
yeah.
Still a shitty human being.
Yeah, but it's just crazy how this family, once we figure all this shit out, what's going on in this fucking world, how they just allow this 5-year-old to be in the very back of the line with no one watching him. So then he grabs the fucking batteries. We see him grab them, and we're like, oh, well, look at that.
Yeah.
You arrogant pieces of shit. Where you just think a little...
You're like, he's gonna listen.
Yeah. A little to a 5-year-old's going to work.
Jim Halpert's like, my word's the motherfucking law, all right? He's gonna listen to me.
I'm Reed Richards.
I ain't even gonna look back. I'm just gonna keep walking.
So we see them walking out of the town, which is a ghost town, and they're walking on basically sand.
We did see a newspaper with the headline, "It's sound,"
Oh, yeah.
like exclamation mark.
Yeah.
It's like a New York Times, and that was the front page headline.
Yeah. So we don't know anything as a viewer besides, oh, they got to
Besides,
stay
it's sound.
fucking quiet. So, and then as they leave, we get the title rolling over, Quiet Place. So we know if you didn't know,
It's a quiet place.
now you know.
Yeah.
It's a quiet place.
They show the title after
Oh yeah, that's right.
what happens here. Though.
Yeah. So they're walking through the forest after they're leaving the town. And once again, they're just in a straight line with like 5 to 10 feet in between all of them. And they get to a part where they're going to cross this bridge. And a little fun fact, apparently this was shot in New York. So it's got that New York feel to it. Nice
New
weather.
York City.
Yeah. Right? Dude. Wow. So as they're crossing this bridge, we see like really quickly the young boy playing with the space shuttle, and sure enough, he's just like, dude, this is so cool. We just hear it go off, and Dad's the first to hear, and
Jim Halpert.
Jim Halpert is the first to turn around, and he fucking takes off his shit and books it. Run to the child. Deaf girl has no idea what the fuck's going on because she's deaf. She just sees her dad running, and she's like,
She
my
like
God.
covers up. She thinks he's gonna hit her.
Yeah. He's like, don't.
She's like, no, please don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he runs past her and he's like, oh, thank God. Turns around and we just see this fucking monster just galloping, fucking long arms, looking so scary. And we think Jim Halpert's going to save the day, but nope, that young boy gets snatched the fuck up.
Right in front of him.
Yeah. And he's just like, ah. You know, like when you're running fast and you miss the bus and it's like, oh.
Yeah, we've all been there.
You missed the cab or something.
He's like, ah, come on.
Ah, shit. All right, let's go home.
That's how you start a movie.
No, yeah.
A child dies.
Yes.
And
Now you feel the weight.
and here's the thing though, for that family, absolute dead weight.
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah.
They're better off without him.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, pew, 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 pew. Like the rocket ship's making a ton of noise.
Yeah.
He knows he can't be making noise. Pew 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 pew. Like, yeah, of course he's getting fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking regardless, that kid's going to get fucked up. If it wasn't for the alien, Jim Halpert was...
Jim would have done it.
Dude. You saw the look in his eye?
He's fucking ready.
Shit was
he's
scary.
dying for some shit like that to happen.
So, really quick, a perspective I want to give, and it's not going to spoil anything. In the second movie, they show when, like, day one. When
They show it?
Yeah, when the aliens like come to town or wherever the monsters, wherever the fuck these things are, and start fucking everything up,
Do they play?
which is great to see. But
aliens are coming to town.
aliens are coming to town.
Aliens are coming to town.
You know, surprisingly enough, they didn't, and that's why I was like,
That's
the whole time
fucked
I was
up.
like singing in my head. I was like, this would have been so great.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Talk about the score. Where's
Yeah.
the music?
Missed opportunity.
So
That's
they're
all that is.
Yeah, exactly. And they're showing this in the second film, but what I find as a cool perspective is they probably had this idea for the first film and then thought, hey, all we need to show is this young boy dying, and that'll give it enough weight. We don't need to show all these people getting attacked in the town. So I just thought it was like a funny little perspective because they probably had that idea, and they're like, well, we'll just save a bunch of fucking money.
Yeah, save a ton of money.
Just shoot-
show a little kid get fucked up by
And everyone
whatever
knows
these things are.
You feel the weight now. We don't
Yeah.
need a $10 million.
Yeah, I didn't need to see more people die. It would
Yeah.
have been cool.
Yeah.
But this accomplished everything they wanted to do.
Yeah. So you just hear the quiet frustration in Jim Halpert's body language, and then we get the credits, A Quiet Place, because this is a quiet place. So we need to use our inside voices, okay? All right, everyone? And then we get a fade into day 472. Once again, pretty close. Could have been 469. They're right there both times.
Yeah, but so 1972 Dolphins, the only undefeated team in NFL history.
That makes sense, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Numerology. This movie's got a shit ton of it.
That's what they're going for.
Yeah, so we had to crib, bruh. We had to motherfucking crib. We come to find out that they basically live on a farm, and they got, like, multiple houses. I don't know, really. Like, you get a couple views of, like, the layout, but not too many to where you can, like, really understand it. But come to find out, they basically got 2 cribs and, like, a barn area and other shit.
2 homes.
2 homes, yeah. Either that or it was one of their neighbors' homes that they ended up just, like, taking over.
They made their home.
Yes. But we get the deaf girl. She wakes up in a crop field. Turns out this ends up being an M. Night Shyamalan movie, which is great because now we come to find out all these aliens. This is just, they wanted it to make it part of 10 Cloverfield Lane. But they're like, why would we do that when we got M. Night Shyamalan signs? Crop field, farms, aliens. What?
There you go. What more could you need?
What? Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Very, very smart.
yeah. And then, we're just kind of getting the day in the life of these people. So it's, day 472. I don't know why I said it like that. 472. And we're getting their chores, their daily duties.
You don't know why you said it like 472?
Yeah.
And then you corrected yourself and said 472?
Yeah.
472 would have worked, man.
I guess.
Yeah, worked perfect. No one was confused.
There's so much pressure on me, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, but don't put weird extra pressure on yourself. Nobody heard that and was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
472.
I don't know, man.
There's only 172, Braden.
Listen.
It's not 472s.
Listen, I'm right there with you, man. There's someone in the back of this head just punching me like, why would you get that fucking wrong?
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
And fuck them. If you felt that way, stop listening, all right?
All right.
472 works, Braden. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so we see Jim Halpert investigation room. So he's got fucking TVs everywhere, and he's making ear devices for his daughter. So we're just kind of getting the layout, getting the feel of this whole fucking operation that they got set up. Nice yard. I don't know if you felt the same way. I'm like, man, like the lights, the setup, like good job while all this shit's going around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine, like, even, like, light bulbs? Like, they use candles throughout the film, but they had a shit ton of light bulbs set up everywhere. And I'm just thinking, like, man, just one light bulb falling. You're just changing out one light bulb. Breaks, shatters.
Done.
And as we're seeing, like, it's just a little Smoky Aces from showing them all over the yard and the property and stuff like that. What the fuck was I going to say? Fuck, I just blanked.
A little bit smoking aces.
Yeah, it got smoking aces. What was I going to... Oh, this is what I was going to say. So I know, getting serious. Why would you put I get it, like it's day 472, not 472, and why would you put so much trust in your kids to never make a noise? I was just thinking, like, from the get-go, I would have... You're talking about trust issues.
I was about to say, there's a reason
I'd be monitoring every footstep that my kids made.
Because at some point you have to be like, hey, I'm not living my fucking life like this.
But you do.
These kids are old enough to know if they get picked off, they get picked off.
Yeah, I
All right?
guess.
I got a fucking hot wife. She's not gonna make a noise.
Oh, we'll keep reproducing.
Yeah, we're making babies sound free.
Yeah.
But Emily Blunt's pregnant.
Yeah. And she is good at holding that shit in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the moans.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. All right, so we end up seeing Jim Halpert. God damn it, David. Halpert. On top of his, what would you call that thing? Like a fucking food processor or some shit?
One of those big corn things.
Yeah.
The fucking thing that's full of corn.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who has one, but...
Well, he's sitting on top of there overlooking the neighborhood. fuck, I should say it. So they little fun fact, they ended up growing how many fucking tons?
7.
They grew like fucking multiple tons of
7.
of corn for this movie. Just like Interstellar. They're just like, oh, we're gonna grow a bunch of crop fields and then we'll market it off once we get done filming.
That's ridiculous. They did not need to do that.
I know. Like it wasn't even that.
Fuck Jim Halpert.
Yeah. So I don't know. Little fun fact. But they end up having dinner, and it's like all vegetables. And I'm just thinking, like, oh man, I'd fucking hate that dinner.
Yeah, but what are you gonna?
She. Did you see? I don't know what she made.
How are you gonna get meat?
That's a good point.
You
I was
kill,
thinking that
you
too.
kill a fucking cow or a pig. They're not gonna go quiet.
Well, I wonder if you could get it to kill for you, and then you just go. Oh my god, that's
If you can get it to kill itself.
No, well that too. But can you imagine you attract a hog to like a sound device? It steps on the thing and it makes like a loud noise. The thing just comes in, slashes it in half, and then you're just like, all right, well, this is my dinner. I'll go grab it in a couple hours.
I wonder. We
You
don't see any.
We do.
We see like raccoons at
Yes.
one point. But
That
that's
gets
it.
squashed
Yeah, like that's
because
I
they've already
wonder-
killed them all, probably. or
Yeah,
something.
they killed all the pigs. They killed all the cows.
Yeah.
Like they're
And then if you
fish.
think about
Fish and Jim's fucking fishing.
I was thinking about that too, and it's like, all right, well, then you guys are fucked no matter what, because the circle of life is broken.
Fish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all they got.
But they had like a cooker in the fucking floor of their home, and they brought up like cooked fucking corn or some shit. I don't know if you saw that. Emily Blunt just like pulls up some
Pulls it
cooked-
up out of the floor. Sure,
Yeah.
Here's the corn.
Yeah, which
We cook all our corn in the floor.
because it doesn't make any noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah. So there's a lot of little witty things that you see that they've had to do and make to be able to live this life. And I know that we're not going to be getting into the nitty gritty of dialogue because there's none. It's all sign language, okay? So they're gathering around the dinner table and they don't say grace. They just connect hands and there's, they all know they're saying prayer together. It was peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
But yeah, so they have dinner, and it's just showing like their fucking life. It's not anything crazy. Then they're playing Monopoly, and as they're playing Monopoly, they have like a glass lantern that they just. I mean, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Just klutzy, just knock it over, and they start a small fire. Have I ever started a small fire, David?
Yeah.
In the entire life that you've known me, have I ever started a small fire accidentally?
Yeah. Then you blamed it on Quixie, and then Daryl fucking murdered Quixie.
I thought you were gonna.
And he's
bring
like,
that up.
I gave Quixie to the people, and she died. I don't know. I don't even know what happened, boy.
Quixie is an imaginary character that me and David, we're just a bunch of fools and
Just kids being kids, yeah?
just kids being kids.
Quixie was Braden's
David.
beautiful little golden retriever puppy that his father murdered because Braden lied about Quixie starting a fire.
That's a good point. Fuck, now I'm sad.
You're a real piece of shit.
I guess on that note, we should take a break.
All right, guys, for editing purposes and for Braden to compose himself, we're going to take a quick break. But stick around because we got plenty more 5-6 Kings coming for you. And we're back.
We are back.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
God, dude. I just wish that he lived in this universe where all he has to do is stay quiet or die.
I don't.
No? Too extreme?
I want to be the one to deal with
Oh,
Derek Cheater.
yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so we're back, guys. I mean, what can we say about Jim
Like you're... Come on.
Hopper?
This episode's taken to... This movie's an hour and a half runtime. Just so you guys know.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna
Braden's going to spend easily an hour and a half pretending like he can't say his last name.
Jim Halpert.
There, you nailed it.
Halpert?
You nailed it the first time.
Wow.
Why'd you feel the need to keep saying it?
Jim Halpert. I got it, guys. So, I mean, God, dude.
You've nailed it every time you've said it. You've
Jim
just
Hal-
hesitated.
It's just a
I've been
weird
like,
last name. Halpert.
I can't say it. Can I please just say Jack Ryan? No.
Okay.
You can't say Jack Ryan.
Not Reed Richards.
No one knew he was fucking Mr. Fantastic. I also didn't know Mr. Fantastic's name was Reed Richards.
Well, now you do.
It's bananas. I did not know that.
The smartest
He's
man
Mr.
alive.
Fantastic.
He is
The
fantastic.
Human Torch. The Thing. The Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
It's the Fantastic Four.
That is 4.
Reed Richards,
And they are fantastic.
Jessica Alba.
She's hot. So, guys, Jim Halpert is just amazing because he just swoops into action, puts out the fire like it's nobody's fucking business. And he's like, guys, what the fuck have I said? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. And they, like, for some reason won't listen. They're like, what, Dad? And like, he's like, shut the fuck up. Don't you understand? Shut the fuck up. You're fucking knocking over fucking lanterns and shit, starting fires. Shut up. And then as he's screaming, there's an alien on the roof. He's like, shut. And then the deaf girl, she gets up like as if she didn't understand the body language of shut the fuck up. So she gets up and he's like, fucking stop. And he goes over to the window very quietly. Now he's like being very careful. And he looks out and 2 raccoons jump off the fucking roof. All right, I get it, John Krasinski or Jim Halpert. You're great. You're a great director. You're a great actor. But what the fuck's up with this writing, bro? I've never seen a raccoon jump off a roof. Have you?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Have I told my raccoon story on the podcast?
No.
At Lagerheim Marina?
Really?
I swear to God.
No way.
Yeah, yeah,
Let me hear it.
yeah. So, we had some raccoons that got into the dumpster one day.
Oh, God.
It was this kid Spencer's first day working there.
Nice.
Glenn's like, we got raccoons in the dumpster. Spencer goes, all right, I'm on it. Does not hesitate. Goes into his truck. Gets a net. He catches both of the raccoons in the net and, like, gets them out and then, like, pins it on the ground. And then reaches into his pocket. He has a small hammer. And in front of Glenn and I, he beats 2 raccoons to death with a small hammer. First fucking day on the job.
Jesus.
Beats them to death with the hammer.
Talk about
and then he digs a hole and he buries both of them.
Oh my God, dude. If that is not the craziest introduction to a new employee, I don't know what is.
He then hours later went up to Glenn in front of me and said, hey, Glenn, I really didn't like doing that. Next time we have a raccoon issue, would it be okay if we relocated them instead?
I love how
Glenn said, I didn't tell you to do that, man.
Bruh.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, what, can we? Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah. No one ever told. The expectation of this job was never that you would beat raccoons to death with a hammer. I want to make that clear.
That was always on the table to release them, to let them free.
Yeah. But Zero has, and fucking, it's like the noise of the thud of
the
it
cracking of
connecting
the
with
bones.
his head.
Yeah.
Like, it's stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
You hear that shit for the rest of your fucking
Forever.
life.
And here's the thing.
Oh, my God.
They're stuck in a net.
Yeah.
One raccoon's seeing its buddy
Just
get bludgeoned. It's like, well,
they're
I'm
smart.
next.
Yeah, they know.
It's
Like,
they got. It's like, no, fuck,
dude.
no,
Get me out. Dude, so there's a couple things that fucking says. One, this dude has definitely killed a raccoon before
1,000%.
with that hammer.
Oh, that is the hammer.
Yeah. And then another thing is he must have picked up on somebody's body language, probably yours.
Oh, he knew Glenn and I. He knew Glenn and I were both traumatized from watching him do that.
So he went
I
back.
saw Glenn, dude. This was like fucking 8 years ago. I saw Glenn a couple months ago, and he goes, "Hey, do you remember? Remember when that kid killed the raccoons in front of us?" I was like, Glenn, not a day goes by that I don't think about that.
It's like, I'm still affected.
He's like, right? He's like, that's the craziest thing that's ever happened. I'm like, absolutely.
Oh my God. So that means that guy like went back to his truck or like took a break and he was like, man, I don't think they liked me killing those raccoons very much.
He knew he showed too much too soon.
Yeah.
And he had to show remorse. Had he done that a few months in, we would have just been like, yeah, whatever. Great. Spencer's the guy for that now. If we need raccoons killed, Spencer's our guy. He did it day one, and it's, oh, shit. who the fuck did we hire?
Well, and it shows the intentions too, because for him to be like, yeah, next time I'm just, I want to relocate them, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
It's like trying to dance around like,
Yeah.
I knew exactly what the fuck I was doing off rip.
I wish Glenn would have been like, if you want to keep this job, you're going to kill raccoons when I tell you to kill raccoons.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear you question my authority ever again.
And then
I
he once
wish
again,
that would have, because I was in the room for this. I wish
Yeah.
Glenn would have taken just a dark turn.
because then he jumps right back to the other side of the spectrum, and he's like, "Oh, I'll kill as many
He's
as you
like-
want. You just say the word."
He's like, all right, you just say the word. I'm your guy. I'm the raccoon guy.
But in the future, when I do kill him, do you want me to bury him over here, or maybe in like?
He's like, I just want a mass grave. Right. I want like 80 to 100 raccoons.
He's like, what kind of fucking question
In a
is that?
big
You
hole.
could dig down thousands of feet.
There we go. I want you to tie cinder blocks to the raccoons and just drop them. We're at a marina. Just drop them in the water. I don't want you. Don't beat them. I want you to drown
While
them.
they're alive.
Yeah. I want you to
You just see their
drown
little
them.
arms just like trying so hard to stay up. Oh my god. Oh man.
Him and Glenn are just watching. He makes me watch. Like, David, get over here. You're gonna watch this, all right? Watch the raccoon. Like, Glenn, I really don't want to. He's like, you're gonna fuck. If you want to keep this job, you'll watch, all right?
Oh man, what movie is that from? I feel like there's a movie.
Drowning raccoons?
No, of like the nice guy in the group being forced to watch something and see something he doesn't want to see by the dude who'll do anything for the boss guy.
In the movie Savages,
Oh, there we go.
they're spoilers. If you have not seen it. Savage is a good movie. But fast forward a certain amount. I'm going to like delay this out so you can fast forward if you'd like. I'm going to start talking about it right now.
Ooh.
When they're like torturing the one guy and they're going to burn him. And Benicio del Toro's like, all right, you need to set him on fire. He's covered in gas. You need to burn him alive. And the one guy who's like the special forces guy's like, yeah, I'll do it. He's like, it's got to be him.
Yeah.
And it's like the nicer of the two. Like
Yeah.
the fucking Buddhist guy.
Yeah.
Make him do it.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's the
Because
fucking.
he knows special forces do that shit all day.
Oh.
Does that shit for breakfast.
All fucking day.
Yeah. Benicio del Toro. You seen that movie?
Yes. And-
Benicio del Toro is
well, it's the same thing in his other movie.
fucking great in that movie.
What's the other movie where he is the guy who goes after the cartel who killed
very
his family?
very different, but
But in
Sicario.
the second one, the young kid that he's also like someone mentoring or ends up kind of mentoring in like the next movie.
Is there a third one?
No, but that's
Come out with the third
how
one?
it builds it up. Is
Yeah.
that in the second one, that kid he's going to end up mentoring, but
Yeah.
that kid was forced by the cartel to put like a bullet in his fucking face, and it like went through his cheek.
Yeah, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Guy
amateur.
says, end of the line for you, brother. Now you're gonna die like an animal at the hands of a child. That's what they say to him. I'm like, oh, it's fucking crazy to say to someone right before they die. You're gonna die like an animal
God. You can't
at
say
the
anything.
hands of a
Gagged.
child.
Oh,
Some fucking cold-blooded shit to do to a person.
God, man, that movie.
All right, let's get back to A Quiet Place.
Yeah, A Quiet Place, guys. Shh. Can you hear that? No, David. Shh.
Let's go.
Just
Let's
burst
go.
through the
This
window.
episode's gonna be triple the length of this movie.
No, yeah, don't worry.
I'm telling raccoon stories that we're talking. we're breaking down Sicario and fucking Savages.
Back to the raccoons, guys. The raccoons jumps off the roof. Who the fuck is seeing it? They run out into the fucking into the farm, and we just see this big fucking claw arm just smush one of them, and the other raccoon's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, just like the other one did with David's buddy. your buddy.
Yeah, my buddy. You're gonna hang out all the time. Best friends.
And it's a full moon out. It's a full moon. The vibes are out tonight. And John Hambert, right? I'm sorry, David.
I refuse to believe that you're that wrong with the name.
Was I right? Because I just
John Hambert?
Jim Harbert.
Jim Halpert.
Halbert. Fucking Christ, bro. It's the weirdest
You definitely said it wrong that last time just to fuck with me. Halpert.
I swear to God,
With a P.
bro. I'm bad with names.
With a P.
Jim Halbert.
Fuck you.
Halbert.
With-
It's the weirdest.
Listen, so just listen to what I say. I said Halpert with a P,
Halpert.
and then you said Halbert.
Halpert. I got it. All right. So Jim Halpert is like, man, there's some. What the fuck is this?
Or just Jim.
Jim. Yeah, Jim. That's nice. I like Jim. All right. So Jim, he's in his fucking room doing some investigation work, working on that high tech earpiece and shit. And Mary Poppins comes down, Emily Blunt, and just starts caressing him, just doing the sexy shit that she does. And
That only she do.
oh my God. And they start getting a little intimate, and she puts in the headphones, man. And they just start slowly dancing. You just hear this song, and it just comes on. Come a little bit closer. Hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we can dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light. And that's all I got, David. So get back on that motherfucking mic.
That was beautiful.
Thanks. You like that little improv I did at the end, too?
I loved it.
Wow.
I loved it.
Yeah. And then we come to find out she is super preggo. Let go my ego. I wrote that down.
Did you?
Yeah. I was like, oh, wait, I gotta say
let
it.
go my ego. And we fade off into the night.
Yes, we
There
do.
we go. Day 473.
Yep.
Oh,
400.
sorry, I said it like that. I don't know why I did
473.
that. Really, that's my bad.
Because, David, they're not going to understand.
473.
So, we wake up, and, I mean, what a night it must have been, because Jim is just pouring out sand. Early morning, just top of the grind, doesn't lose any sleep, because it was just a fucking great night. And we see Emily Blunt. She's taking her blood pressure. She writes down on a calendar, and we see below that calendar 20 days later on the 23rd that's the due date of her prego, let go of my ego. And so, like, oh, shit, we got 20 fucking days to prep. So we see, like, a little basket, almost like a crib kind of area for the baby. We see this oxygen tank. We don't really know, kind of like the reason for it. But we see the deaf girl. She starts to go into the other home that they have, probably a neighbor's home that they turned into one of theirs as well. And we see that there's steps that are marked out for where you step, so I guess there's no creaks in the floor or anything like that. I like that little added element to it. But right as she's doing that, who comes to save the day? Jim. Because he knows. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you to shut the fuck up. And here you are making noise. So he saves her. Brings her out. He's like, you're not supposed to fucking be here. What are you doing? And he tries to end up having a little heart-to-heart because he's such a great guy. And she's just such a pity party. He gives her an earpiece.
I don't feel bad for me.
And he's like, no. She's like, no, I don't. No. I don't want the earpiece. He's like, well, how are you going to fucking hear? And they start doing fucking sign language. She's like, I know fucking sign language. So she has a pity party, and he walks off, and it's just sad.
Braden's not embellishing that. She refuses to accept the hearing aid.
Yeah. And then we see Mary Poppins. She's doing
Emily Blunt.
She's doing homeschool with Jack Ryan Jr. The kid's he's the fucking man. He's the man of the house. He runs the shit. But the father comes in. He's like, hey, sign language. We're gonna fucking go. So they prepare, and deaf girl once again throws a pity party. She's like, I want to go. And as a viewer, like, we don't even know what the fuck you guys are gonna go do. Like, why does she care so much?
Yeah, she's too deaf to go.
She's too deaf, exactly. So he's like, listen, you're fucking deaf as shit. Stay here and shut the fuck up.
He's like, you're an absolute liability.
The biggest.
And I don't want to spend time with you. It's your fault your little brother's dead, by the way.
Yeah. Did you forget
Fuck
about
you.
that? Fucking.
You're lucky we didn't, like, get percussions and just bang them by your head and then run off and let them come get you.
Yeah. Fuck. And she just does not realize that. So, pity party. So they go off, and she is kind of, like, pissed off. So she goes to her room, and she starts to, like, cry and fucking, who gives a shit? But she starts to pack her bags as if she's going to run away from home. I'm like, oh,
When she cries and she cuts.
yeah, bunch.
Yeah, she cuts. She has like a razor blade, and she does it sideways. It's for attention, not results.
Yeah.
But she cuts a bunch on her arm, and then just packs a bag and goes for a walk.
Yeah, and then that's it. Yeah, it's nice.
It's
So
nice.
yeah. So then we're on the river. Oh my god,
We watched a movie once.
we did.
Not you and me.
Oh,
In like maybe like health class. It was about a girl who was cutting. And yeah, she was like dating an older dude, and like, she cut. It was a fucking wild movie.
yeah.
And she was like cutting up on her leg and then bleeding. He like went to fuck, and he's like, "Why are you bleeding so much? Get the fuck out of my apartment!" Like that. And like people find out she's cutting, and people like fucking like, "What's wrong with you, you fucking loser?" And then like she's finally getting better, and mom drops her off at school, and it's Columbine High School. And it says the date of the Columbine shooting. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
What a terrible turn.
And she died in the shooting.
Oh!
Columbine. Like, what a fucking nonsense ending to put the movie.
Build me up.
And I
to
wonder,
break me
were
down.
they like, build me up, tear me down like skyscraper.
These fucking editors.
Were they, I wonder, were they like, was Columbine just always the plan in the movie? And then they were like, well, how do we get to Columbine? Or were they
Let's
like,
find
let's
the
make,
saddest story.
or were they like, let's make this movie about this girl cutting and overcoming it, and then they're like, oh, you know what would be great if just at the end she gets shot at the Columbine High School shooting.
Yeah, it's almost like as if everything was for no reason. That is
Now we're on to something.
Yeah.
All right, let's print it up.
Let's
We're
do
good.
that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to read those reviews. So guys, we're back on the river. On the river, and it's a nice fucking river, and
It's beautiful.
oh, so nice, and the stream is fucking flowing, and Jim's got a fish trap set up, and he grabs a fish out of it, and he brings it over, and the fish fucking slips out of his hand and starts flopping on the rock, and the flopping noises it makes scares the fuck out of Jack Ryan Jr. He's like, that fucking fish just flopping so fucking much, and Jim's like, son, I see you. It's me. And he starts doing fucking sign language. He's like, they can't hear us. The flow of this river is too loud to hear the fish flopping on the rock, dude. You got to chill, bruh. That's why I brought you here. We're good. The sound, we don't have to worry about it. So finally the son kind of gets over it, and it ends up like more and more as the film goes on, jumps back and forth, but we're back at home. Deaf Girl is now running away from home, and we see Emily Blunt is just carrying way too much shit upstairs while being fucking pregnant as shit. And as she goes upstairs,
What did it remind you of?
what?
What did it remind you of?
Of her being pregnant, carrying up the shit up the stairs?
What happens? What did it remind you of? What happens to her? What does Emily Blunt do?
She steps on a nail.
Yeah, what did that remind you of?
Fuck, I don't know.
Home Alone!
Oh, yeah. I was going to say
Marv.
myself. Because I accidentally stepped on a fucking nail one time. Terrible. Can I throw a pity party real quick?
Yeah, want to make it all about you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
First you talk about your raccoon story, and then the movie about the cutter and Columbine, and now let's talk about your nail. Yeah,
Yeah.
talk about it.
So luckily it didn't get infected. I still got my foot. So we're all good, guys. Thank you for your worry.
There we go.
Yeah, so she steps on the nail, no, she didn't step on the nail. Fuck, that's actually later. Shit. What she
Whatever.
did,
What'd she do this time?
she went up the stairs, and the bags that she was carrying, like, kicked up the nail. So now the nail is pointing straight up on the stairs. My apologies. And she keeps going up there. Now we're back at the river, but now we're at a waterfall, and immediately Jim is just like, oh, just fucking screaming, howling at the fucking sky. And we're like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he turns around, and Jack Ryan Jr. is once again scared as fuck. I mean, he was scared about a fish flopping on a stone before, and now he's freaking out. He's like, Dad, you're fucking screaming. I've been raised my entire life to know that this is not what we're supposed to do. He's like, God, son, I got you. The waterfall, it's loud, okay? So you can scream. And then we cut to another view of his son now screaming. And you're like, all right, I get it. You guys are bonding, but this is still so stupid.
It might have been called Painful Secrets.
Painful secrets.
Okay? No, it's not. Secret cutting. Is what it's called. I swear to God, it said Painful Secrets somewhere. And then I Googled Painful Secrets cast, and secret cutting is what came up.
What a bunch of pieces of shit. We'll just make it about this.
Yeah, secret cutting.
We'll call it secret cutting.
Check it out, guys. Great movie. Spoiled the ending.
Nice.
Check it out.
Nice. But yeah, so stupid to risk it all. I mean, you got everything you guys have gone through. You've watched your other son die. But let's just risk it to just kind of get out a little scream by a waterfall. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Jim's about his shit.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
I don't know.
Jim's about his shit. He knows the waterfall's too loud.
I guess.
They ain't gonna find shit.
I
We gotta
guess.
relieve some stress. My son is fucking terrified on a daily basis. He can't talk. He hasn't heard his mother's voice his entire life. I'm gonna let him fucking scream at a waterfall.
All right. Fine.
Yeah.
But now we cut back. We're back home. Mary Poppins is doing laundry.
Emily Blunt.
Deaf girl is just fucking walking.
Blunt.
Emily Blunt. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck ever.
Yeah, and deaf
You ain't hear me.
fucking
You listening, but you ain't hear me.
little goofy deaf girl. She's just walking.
Judges have handed out over 8,000 man-hours of incarceration based on my investigations.
God damn.
How many felons have you collared?
It's a great line.
Yeah, I rest my case.
Yeah. So now we're back to the waterfall, and Jim's like, son, why didn't you let her come? Or the son asked Jack Ryan Jr. It's like, it says Jack Ryan. I forgot to put the junior part. So Jack Ryan is like, Dad, why didn't you let her come? And like, do you blame her for what happened?
And he says, of course.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck why do you think I brought you here and not
Of
her?
course. Do I blame? Yeah, it was her fault.
Yeah.
Of course I blame her.
Yeah. Why do you think we got this dynamic going on?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're my number one, all right?
My son would
You
still be here.
You start asking me shit like this, you're going to start falling down the list.
Yeah.
So you better stay in line.
Do you want to come to Waterfalls and scream?
All right? Because you can stop being invited on the show. I'll come by myself.
Yeah. I've been doing
All right?
this for...
Here's the thing. I didn't need you here
This is forced-
at all. You did nothing to help here. This was all for you.
This
bud.
is a treat, all right, bud? It's 473, all right?
I've made 472 trips here by myself.
But he's like, no, it was no one's fault. He's just fooling himself. He's lying to himself. That's what he's doing.
He's like, no, I don't blame her. Come on.
yeah, don't think that, son. It's not as big of a deal as you think. But we're back home, and Mary Poppins is
Emily
crying.
Blunt?
Oh, Emily Blunt is crying. And Deaf Girl is at the place where her little bro got snatched the fuck up. So she's at the memorial fucking site where she's putting flowers and the old toy. And the old toy is still flashing.
Yeah.
Like, big risk.
That was, I wonder, how did they go in and just cut off the thing with the sound? And
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Dad's just so high tech with these ear devices and shit. He's like, I know which wires, which.
No, he can't make his daughter hear, but he's going to do this bullshit.
Yeah. But Jack Ryan Jr. does not let up. He's like, well, do you still love her? And Jim's like, dude, fuck, man, of course. What do you want me to say? No? Because I don't.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
Do you-
love her at all.
Do you want me to tell the truth? Do we really come all this way so I can tell you the truth so you can just be that upset? And he's like, yeah, well, I want to know.
I don't love any of you, all right?
Yeah.
It's the fucking end of the world, and my wife is really hot.
Yeah.
So, like, if you guys weren't attached, this would be a perfect situation. Unfortunately, she cares about you kids.
Yeah.
So I gotta spend the apocalypse being quiet with you fucking people.
And it's astounding how much Jack Ryan Jr. just cares about his sister because he's like, well, you should tell her.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell her?
Fuck that kid.
Like, I can deal with this, but why don't you tell her? Oh, wait, you can't because she's deaf?
Yeah.
God. Fucking says a couple words in this film, and they just some of them just gotta be idiotic.
Yeah. Fuck that kid.
Oh, my God. But they're walking back through the fucking forest, and this part's great. So as they're walking back through the forest, they walk past the house.
This is, guys, I texted Braden.
You're like, oh, man, this movie was fucking silent.
Texted Braden. I don't know if I've ever been as upset with you as I am right now. There's no fucking sound in this movie. None. This is nonsense. And then 12 minutes later, this scene happened, and I said, never mind. Good pick, man. Because this happened.
Yeah, so Jack Ryan Jr. is walking behind his dad and then bumps into his dad because his dad just stops abruptly, and he looks over to the right, and he just sees this old guy, and he looks down, and he's standing over his wife, who is like fucking gutted out or some shit. They didn't really show it too much, but you see she's got a crazy wound in her fucking stomach, and
She split. She cut long, wide, and deep.
oh, you fucking said it.
There's we're just talking about old jobs of mine today. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
Seasport Marina. There was a forklift driver, Jimmy, who probably weighed, like, not joking. He was a grown man.
400?
Other end of the spectrum. Probably weighed like
100.
probably at most.
Wow.
Yeah, like definitely.
It's
under
one way or
100.
the other with a forklift driver.
And someone was like up there. I forgot what they're yelling about something. And Jimmy's not someone that you want to yell at because he's not a approachable person.
yeah.
And he puts his hand on his knife. It says, "If you don't get the fuck away from my forklift, I'm gonna cut you long, wide, and deep, motherfucker." That is the craziest thing to ever say to long, wide, and deep.
I want to know what he goes home.
That means he has said that before. He has done that before. He was fucking prepared. But cut you long, wide, and deep, motherfucker. I've thought about, dude, this was the raccoon I think about every day. This was longer than that. I was fucking 14, 15 years old. This was 12 years ago. I think about it every fucking day. How quickly he was fucking long, wide, deep.
Like, that is such an extreme thing to say. I wonder the
And
comical...
the guy's little daughter was next to him, too.
Oh, my
Was
God.
that like, well, you're going to fucking kill that man in front of his
his
kid?
fucking daughter. Jesus.
So, like, the guy was like reaching up on the forklift, like yelling
Being a
at him.
dick, yeah.
So he's, but also, it could get physical.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got to be ready.
Yeah.
He sends the warning, and he's like, "How far are you willing to go, man?
Yeah, because
Because I'm willing to murder you right here and now."
I just wonder how that dude preps food. I know that's like a weird route to take, but
He
I just
doesn't prep anything.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, so he just goes home and
he
like
weighs 90 pounds.
he like microwaves some mac
He
and
would
cheese.
he would eat when I would pick him up food. He didn't eat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey, I'm running to Rinaldi's to grab a breakfast sandwich. Want anything?" They'd be like, "Yeah, give me a Buccaneer on a round roll."
Ooh. Buccaneer.
Buccaneer was like steak, like Philly cheesesteak steak,
Yeah, he knew what he was ordering.
bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, he's
on
smart.
a round roll.
He's like, oh, you're picking up?
It's a good one. Yeah, I mean, he'd pay me.
Oh.
Yeah, I made.
I thought he was going to threaten you
I
with
made
the long, wide, and
so,
deep.
I made so much less money than him. He could not. It would be bananas ridiculous if he was like, "It's on you." He was the forklift driver. He made more an hour than me, and people tipped him more.
Gotta love it.
Long, wide, and deep.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
So, we're back.
The
And-
wife's cut long, wide, and deep.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So fucking deep, bro. So, Jim does his signature move, which is tells the dude that, and this dude is,
And he like Jim can tell what's about to happen. He like shakes his head at the guy.
yeah, which it's like, well, how long has this dude been standing there? First off, but this,
he was waiting for people to walk through.
yeah, he was just waiting to fucking. So we look at him, and he is as like constipated looking as a person could be. One of those.
Just screams.
Yeah, and Jim immediately does a Jack Ryan and grabs Jack Ryan
I
Jr.
mean, it's a total Jim Halpert move. All right, Jack Ryan wouldn't do some shit like this. This is Jim Halpert all day.
I guess you're right.
I doubt Jack Ryan has kids.
Yeah,
Jim Halpert has too.
Jack Ryan would
And
think,
his lovely wife Pam.
you're a good point. Yeah, Jack Ryan would just think, oh, I could solve this.
He would fight the thing.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "I'm fucking ready."
Yeah, no. So he grabs Jack Ryan Jr. and runs behind the nearest tree, essentially, and just like dives down. and just keeps his fucking hand over the son. And I mean, the monster ends up killing this dude for so long that Jim forgets that he's smothering his child. So when he looks down, he's like, oh my God, he's dead.
Now I don't have any sons.
Dark turn this movie takes. No, he's fine.
And then he's like, I mean, I'm definitely killing the deaf daughter.
Yeah.
I don't.
If I fucked up this bad, I might as well.
Emily Blunt's gonna be upset that I killed the boy, and I loved the boy.
But she's prego, Lego my ego.
But she's gonna be upset that the boy died.
Yeah.
I might as well just kill.
Might as well.
I want the deaf girl dead
Fresh start.
anyways. She's not gonna be more upset with me that they're both dead.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah. Clean slate. So they just watch this monster snatch this motherfucker up.
The kid doesn't.
Yeah, the kid doesn't.
Jim makes sure Jack Ryan Jr. doesn't watch.
Yeah, but Jim is
Jim
all for
watches.
it. Jim's like, I want to see
fuck
it.
him up. It's that guy. Yeah, because fuck that guy. He just put me and my son's life
Yeah.
in serious fucking danger.
Yeah.
I want to watch him die.
Yeah.
That's the satisfaction I get.
So now this is when
So
shit
let's-
starts. I love this.
So let's, editing purposes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for editing purposes, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
That's right.
And we're back.
Oh, my God, we're back.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
God, dude. Jesus. So we're back home, and Emily Blunt, oh, my God, her water breaks. This is like the pivoting point in the movie where shit goes from, oh, it is a quiet place to, oh, my God, it's a quiet place, and there's crazy shit going on. Like, at first you're like, oh, it's a quiet place.
This place just real quiet.
Now it's, oh, my God, it's a quiet place, and there's a lot of crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Still quiet.
but,
Just crazy shit.
yeah.
Yeah. So her water breaks, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's fucking happening 20 fucking days early, or 19, whatever." And she goes to rush downstairs, and what does she step on? Rusted nail.
Candy cane.
Candy cane. And she's carrying something, I forget what it was, but she drops it, and it makes a big, loud, shattering noise. It was something of glass.
Pumpkin.
Oh, it was a pumpkin?
Yeah. She's carrying a pumpkin.
And it just makes a very loud, glass shattering noise.
Yeah, well, pumpkins always do.
Yeah.
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 Name one pumpkin that hasn't.
Dude.
Yeah, you can't. They all do.
Yeah. I fucking love pumpkins. For that reason.
Yeah.
Because I love to smash them to be
just-
like, oh, it sounds like glass.
It sounds like Stone Cold's coming.
Yeah, with so much less of the cleanup. You know?
It's the best.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. So she is just like taking it like a champ and just silently lifts her foot off the nail, just like I did back in the day. You know, it was very heroic.
Took it like a champ.
Took it like a champ, dude. I was-
Silently did
yeah.
it.
My dad was like, "Oh my God, dude, you took that shit like a champ."
Yeah.
So
He
she
was really proud of you that day, huh?
he fucking was, man. So she makes it down the stairs and she like grabs some stuff, and as she's doing that, we hear the fucking monster. It's in the house. We even like see it slightly like as she's about to go upstairs, and we see this thing just go right by the
that's
door.
my favorite part.
Oh, they
Like looks. I mean, it just like walks through, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, watch the fuck out.
Yeah, and they do a great job of not giving you too much, you know, just like the nice fine amount of monster to keep you want more, you know? You got to tease them, David. You got to fucking tease them. But once
Gotta tease 'em.
Oh, David, I love a tease. But once
Gotta give.
but they get home, the boys. So we got Jim and Jack Ryan Jr. and they notice the fucking red lights are on. So she flips a red a switch that turns the lights throughout the yard from white to red, which is the signal that holy fuck, I'm in labor, and it's 19 days early. So fucking Jim is
They don't really know that though.
well because it's 473 and 472 they saw on the calendar that it was.
Yeah, but they got a fucking ultrasound machine.
Oh, you're
there?
talking
Like,
about the
yeah,
the
yeah,
exact
like,
due
like-
date. Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
the early part is all.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know.
But they thought it was going to be later. So this is like, oh shit, this is actually happening way before we thought it was going to.
Well, they should have realized they weren't doctors.
Right, dude? That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to be prepared. So, so we hear So she's like the blocking for some of this is a little tricky, so I might not be able to describe it that well. But she's like in a corner of this basement where we see and hear this monster like slowly make its way down the stairs, and it's so creepy. And the moment you think she's gonna get eaten as it's coming down, it steps on the nail and it starts freaking the fuck out. It's crying. It's like in pain, and it's like a lion when it gets like a little tack. And then Emily feels bad for it, so she goes up to it and she says, shh, shh, shh. She comforts it, and then she pulls the nail out, and the thing like snuggles up and purrs kind of like on her. It was like a weird purr, but like you get that like they're friends now. Yeah, and it's just so sweet.
That's nice, and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's really like it's because it's not what you expect the movie to do.
Yeah, it's a good
So
turnaround.
for them to have like a nice wholesome twist like that at the end, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So guys, that's A Quiet Place.
No, so this alien fucking comes down, and it's just like it's making weird fucking noises. Yeah, and it just fucking it ends up finding Mary Poppins and just rips her to shreds. Just eats her. I'm just kidding. It comes down the stairs.
Yeah, we gotta have one fake. We can't in the same scene. We can't just keep giving fake things that happen. We can do one, and then we gotta do the real.
I was thinking like let's give 3, and then
let's just keep doing it.
keep everyone on their toes.
And and then one of these times really just end the episode with the fake thing that we said happened
you're right.
in the movie.
Yeah. So no.
I'm not joking when I say one of these times really just end our episode with the fake thing that we said happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should do that.
Just fucking they're friends and that's it.
Yeah.
Nutty Professor joke, the movie we're doing the next week. Every motherfucking Monday, 56kings.com. I love you all very much. Peace out.
Peace the fuck out. So this thing is like hunting for her, and she's like hiding behind like some stuff. Like it's not a
just
dresser.
fucking in the
Yeah. And right as it gets close, a fucking alarm goes off. Did we see that before? Why was that
it's
alarm?
like a egg timer. I think she said it.
Yeah, I think we saw like her set it for some reason. Maybe she thought they were coming and like
draw it off.
Use it as a distraction. So it starts going fucking crazy. And Mary Poppins, she grabs the umbrella, she floats fucking out of there. Now Emily Blunt, she gets the fuck out of there. I guess it's almost like used as like a distraction. But she's about to go run out the front door, and as she's about to run out the front door, she sees a fucking Netherun crossing the front yard. I'm like, dude, oh my god! And then once again, another very similar shot of it, just like very quickly moving across. You know, like not seeing it too much, just teasing you again, just getting you nice and fucking ready. And this part's great. So Jim is having like a pep talk with Jack Ryan Jr. Like just trying to like fucking hype him up. He's like, hey, this is your time to shine, all right? Mom needs us, all right? Which means she needs you. You need to go over there, risk your fucking life, and cause a distraction, okay? We've talked about this. He's like, Dad, we've never talked about this. Like,
Every fucking day I tell you, you are bait.
Yeah.
Or you are bait when I need to save my wife.
Okay?
All right?
Do you understand?
You mean nothing to me.
She
is my world.
Is pregnant, which means there's another one of you on the way, all right?
I can lose you. I can't make more people with you.
All right?
I won't make more people with the deaf girl.
And if you think about
that's
it,
for damn sure.
we might be
Get me
the
a hot
last
daughter,
people alive.
You get me a hot daughter who can hear what I say to her when we're doing it all day.
All day.
All day I'll make kids with her.
Yeah.
Not ugly deaf girl.
Yeah.
Jim said that.
He did. And Jack Ryan Jr. is like, all right, Dad, I guess I'll take one for the team. So he runs off, and we see Jim run kind of towards the direction of his wife. But even Mary Poppins, Emily Blunt, she runs to another part of the house. I think it's like upstairs, I think it was. And she goes upstairs, and now she's in the bathtub. She's in the fucking bathtub. Now, quick fun fact, the bathtub scene, Emily Blunt did in one take. John Krasinski's like, just like at home, babe. Just like our first child,
There we
right?
go. She's a fucking pro.
Yeah. Just like the first, right? Remember? Remember all that screaming, crying, all the blood?
Remember that bathtub birth?
Ah!
Get in there.
So we hear the fucking monster very slowly come up to the point, and like the way that the bathtub is like right next to the fucking door. So we see the monster like basically face to face, like
Also,
with
and
her.
there's a terrifying amount of blood coming out of Emily Blunt's body.
Yes. And as this is happening, we see Jack Ryan Jr. He's got a shit ton of fireworks at like the other house or one of the other parts of the farm. And right as Emily Blunt is about to fucking lose it because she's in labor, she's giving birth, the fireworks go off. And this is the one little problem I have with this film. I felt like the writing up to this point for almost everything has been like spot on for like the reasons why everything happens. If this monster, alien creature hunts specifically on sound, now it has been established this thing hunts on sound. If it is that close to Emily Blunt, and once when the fireworks go off, she screams to the top of her fucking lungs. That thing's eating her all day. In my mind, it's going to hear her because it's so close over the fireworks that are like a quarter mile away.
Jim said it. He goes, like a fucking caveman, he said to his son. He's like, bigger noise, make big sound.
Yeah, it's like,
So he's,
the way he did the sign language, and everybody's like,
big noise.
big noise.
Bigger than our noise.
It's just like
Big boom.
in like Planet of
Bigger
the
than
Apes.
small boom.
When the Caesar's talking to the other apes.
Who is Caesar? Yeah.
Last chance for peace. So the fireworks go off, and the aliens they go and they find Jack Ryan Jr. and they just rip him to shreds. Just rip him to fucking shreds. And as you hear him just getting torn to fucking shreds in the background, Jim makes it upstairs to his wife, but she's nowhere to be found. So she's also eaten. We just see a pool of blood in the bathtub, and he fucking sits at it. He starts fucking crying, mourning, thinking, his wife is in, and then boom! Big bloody handprint on the fucking the shower glass door just appears. Coming to find out, the birth was successful.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. So, I mean, I guess that first kid that died wasn't that
This is
big of a deal.
replacement baby.
Yeah, so he's replaceable. I wish that they gave him the exact same name. I wish there was a point to be like where they put it in the script.
Same
name. So now there's really like,
Yeah.
we don't feel shit for that first kid that died.
Yeah. Kid meant fucking nothing to us.
Yeah, nothing. But the girl's good, the wife's good, Emily Blunt's good, the baby's good, but Jack Ryan Jr. is just fucking. He's just, and it's like being
ripped to shreds.
and it's like being drawn out more than all the other deaths in this film.
It's like
they're taking their
it's like-
time.
and so like knowing that Jim directed it makes more sense. He did
Yeah.
not like that kid.
Yeah.
It is clear.
Mm-hmm. So, I forgot to say too, Jim grabbed a shotgun. So we got a shotgun in the mix now.
Fucking right, we do.
Yeah.
And Jack Ryan Jr. is not really dead. Just before, and don't do what he's not. I thought he was. Let's go before we get too far, and then we're just talking as though he's alive and in the movie.
Yeah. No,
He's not really dead.
Yeah. So, man, we're back to that M. Night Shyamalan feel because Jack Ryan Jr. is in a crop circle. It's a crop circle. I mean, this is like as alien as it fucking gets. And we still hear all the noises from the aliens or monsters, whatever the fuck. Aliens, monsters, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And
things.
This part is stupid. He chooses to go off the path where there's no crops to run through the crops, which is making now a shit ton of noise, which is drawing the aliens towards him. And we hear that. And as the noises build up, he runs into something. I don't even know what the fuck it was. I even replayed it. I couldn't see what it was. I don't know if my brightness was down or what.
I watched it once. It was a tractor.
Tractor wheel?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was maybe a wheel. I just couldn't see it that well. So yeah, he gets knocked the fuck out. So he lives because, you shut the fuck up when you get knocked out.
Get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Cause your mouth's writing checks that your ass can't cash.
Yeah. So then we see Jim carrying Mary Poppins, Emily Blunt, and his newborn child who won't shut the fuck up. It's like, God, like, it's like, does a newborn baby not understand?
Does he not know about the creatures?
Come on, dude. You've been alive
They're
for like
drawn
a
to
minute.
sound.
God, man, it's like the baby doesn't even speak English. So now they're underneath the second home floor. You like that one? And I call this the safe place. Safe place, safe space, one or the other. I might combine the two.
They both work.
Safe place. And they go under there, which is like underneath the living room floor in that second house, and that's where the baby basket is. We come to find out that's an oxygen tank that they're going to put on the baby as they keep the baby in this concealed box so it can stay alive, and they can also block out the noise. But as this happens,
The baby just lives in there until further notice. Like, is that the plan?
yeah,
Just forever?
I guess while it's awake. Maybe while it's sleeping, they'll take it out, is my thought.
It's got breastfeed and shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. I
He's
think
got to get his dick wet.
she probably just hooks it up to another, like, tube, and it pumps from the breast. Just like the oxygen tube, you know?
And it just sprays all over his, like, mouth and stuff. He gets some in there.
Yeah.
It just kind of just, like, pumps all over, and he's like, whoa.
Whoa, dude. Yeah. It must be nice. So, what? So they're back to the crop field. We see Deaf Girl getting stalked by the monsters because she's deaf. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Just,
I'm good to go. I don't need to walk on the sand.
she doesn't know how loud she's fucking walking.
Yeah. And she has no idea she's being fucking stalked. And the moment this bitch is about to get eaten, I shouldn't call her a bitch. She's a deaf little goofy girl. She's sweet.
She's a fucking cunt.
Oh, yeah.
She's a fucking bitch-ass cunt.
The moment this...
So for those of you that are just listening to the audio, I'm holding the microphone up against my mouth. So when the deaf actress watches this, inevitably, she doesn't know what I just called her. She doesn't know that I just said she's a fucking bitch-ass cunt.
That would be great to see. So she's about to get eaten, and her earpiece malfunctions, and it starts like making some fucking screeching sound that's hurting her. She's having a tough time with it, but the fucking monster behind her is just like, Jesus fuck! It's just it starts cursing, it starts speaking in English, and literally says, Jesus fucking fuck me, fuck, and it just runs off. So obviously the sounds hurt the aliens. We find out the aliens can speak English, and they've just been choosing to make these alien noises instead. So we find out a bunch through that scene.
And they start calling her a deaf little goofball.
Yeah. They're like, fuck that deaf little goofball.
Little deaf goofball.
Yeah, little deaf goofball. But now we're back at the safe place where Emily Blunt wakes up from a bad dream from her first son getting snatched the fuck up. What a dream to have when you just gave birth to another son.
Yeah.
Right? Just seeing
it's some shit.
Yeah. And Jim's like, listen, it's almost like, you know, I wish this was sign language. This is like the one part I really wish was sign language that wasn't. This is where they speak it, and he's like, it's okay. I wanted him to be like almost like an avatar with like, I see you. But he's like, it's okay. It's okay. You're safe. You're safe. And it's almost like as if she doesn't know where she is. Like, come on. You know, you guys have been prepping this for a year. Like, you know where you are. But she's just, I guess, surprised that they're all still alive. And she's, like, relieved at first. And then she's like, wait, where are they? And, like, figures out, like, oh, my God, my kids aren't here. What the fuck? And this is actually one of my favorite parts of the film because immediately Jim's like, he realizes, like, oh, I fucked up. He's like, listen, I'm going to find him. Right? I'm going to find him. And Emily Blunt is just, like, reassuring herself that they found, you know, a place to hide and that, you know, Jack Ryan Jr. is, you know, knows, like, the fucking farm and so does Deaf Girl and that they're, you know, they're going to be fine. They know what to do. And she's also, like, beating herself up that, you know, that they don't have the kids. And I love the dialogue that she ends up saying here because this is what she says to Jim. What a crazy... and you tell me if I'm reading this the wrong way. Who are we if we can't protect them? Who are we? You have to protect them. Promise me you will protect them. So immediately is like, fuck, we fucked up. I get it. Like, she's just gave birth and stuff like that. But like the way she says it at him is almost like, it's on you.
I mean, it is.
No, yeah, but
Like she's not getting up and running out in the field to get the kids.
But I'm talking about even like losing the kids in the first place.
No, I don't think
You
so.
didn't take it like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because she starts crying and she's like, I wasn't even carrying anything. I could have carried him.
Yeah.
She's like, Jim, I could have fucking carried him. And Jim's like, oh, this is fucking crazy.
Which
This
is a
crazy.
great point. She could have.
I'm sure she could have.
She could have. She should be beating herself up, David. You live and you learn.
She didn't need to carry him.
No, I know.
Like, yeah, just walk in the. Why don't you walk in the back?
No, yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, don't let the youngest
Don't
be
let
in
the loose
fucking,
cannon
yeah,
who wants to fucking
wagon in the
rocket
back.
ship have
Yeah.
him in the back.
And not check what's
like,
in his
that's-
hands
yeah.
for a mile.
So she's just like, who are we if we can't protect them? I should have carried him. You need to protect these kids.
I was hoping he was going to be like, hey, we're still a family. We got a fresh, clean slate right here.
We got a fresh start. Whatever happens to those two happens.
We don't even have to leave the safe place.
Yeah.
Like, they
We
might
got
be okay.
We got food, it's soundproof.
Yeah, think about how much more food we're going to have now.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah. Me, you, and the baby. But Deaf Girl's back in the crop circle, and she's figuring out she's in a crop circle. She's like, holy shit, this is not man-made, yo. Oh, my God. And then an alien grabs her hand. No. It's her brother, Jack Ryan Jr. Oh, my God. Who didn't see that coming? So we see Jim walk out the house and not notice the large amounts of water leaking everywhere.
And here's how the fuck did he not notice?
It is fucking flooded, dude.
It is so much and so apparent.
Yeah. Which I
But
didn't
he
understand.
doesn't. He just keeps walking.
What was that from, though? Am I missing something? Why is there now a non-stop flow of water?
No idea.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was another little bad part writing wise. Like, give us something. Like, you guys accidentally ran into a pipe or the alien ran. That might have been what it was. Maybe the alien.
But fuck them. Show what happened.
Yeah, exactly. But Deaf Girl and Jack Ryan Jr. are on top of the fucking corn processor thing that Jim was on earlier, and they're having a fire. And I'm like, first off, that's awesome because they're super high up overlooking it. But second, how the fuck are they getting everything up there to have a fire?
Jim had it up there earlier.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Jim was like burning
Okay,
shit
okay.
from the dead
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, that's right. He did burn. I did forget to say
Yeah.
that. He burnt like all his young kids' old shit.
Moving on.
Just moving on.
Bringing in a new son.
Which, it's like there was pictures in that. Like,
Keep
you
it- keep it-
you maybe should have kept it or something.
Why? I don't want to remember that little fucking loser.
I guess. Yeah, you got a new kid,
Yeah.
But Jack Ryan Jr. tells Deaf Girl that, just like reassuring her, like, don't worry, Dad's gonna come, he's gonna be here, and she just shakes her fucking head, like, no, he's not. Like, pity fucking party this Deaf Girl.
And then he's like, no, he'll come. You're wrong. And then she's like, he'll come for you,
Yeah, not for fucking
not
me.
for me.
Doesn't
He's like,
love
You're
me.
wrong. He told me he loves you.
So Jack Ryan Jr. just being the best son. I mean, risking his life for his mom, and now like making sure his older sister is doing better than him. So he goes over and hugs her and like reassures her. It's fucking ridiculous, man. So I feel bad for this kid. So we're back at the safe place. Emily Blunt wakes up and finally notice that there's this writing right here is just a little much for me. She wakes up and she notices, oh my God, there's 3 feet of water in this basement. 3 fucking feet. The thing is like filled. It's almost overflowing into the crib that the baby's in. And she wakes up and we barely see in the back corner when she finally like gets up and notices that the monster is just like 5 fucking feet from her. 10 feet, let's say. 10 feet from her.
Yeah.
And it's just like just snooping around, and I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine just being like, all right, I'm gonna go back to sleep?
I'd be like, I don't know that baby. No,
I'm sleeping.
I know I can sit here and just be silent.
If I turn to the side and close my eyes,
Yeah. And you know what? She just gave birth. She is probably tired enough
oh yeah,
where she legitimately would fall back asleep.
I can literally pass back out.
Yeah. it'd be hard waking up knowing like that's what I did.
Hey, what can you do?
Especially here's the thing: she's got to fucking pray that the kid dies. Because if she knowingly is like, I'm just gonna let it die, and goes back to bed, and then it lives,
or
and she has to raise the kid knowing I was fully prepared to just fucking let it die.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Or she goes to sleep, wakes up, alien never touched a thing, but the baby just drowned. The water just kept rising.
That's not as bad as the baby being alive.
Oh.
Committing to I'm gonna let the kid die, and now knowing that I have to love and care for this kid, that I was just fully prepared to just let a monster rip it to fucking shreds.
Well, maybe she was thinking
because
maybe...
I wanted to sleep. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I guess you got a good point. So, but what she does fucking do is watch this fucking thing put its arms all fucking together and dive underneath the water. This thing goes from being 10 feet tall to 3 feet fucking swimming in water.
That is when I said, fuck this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I was on board with them running around and shit, and I was like, yeah, you can avoid that. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, just be quiet and stuff. And then just goes underwater. I'm like, no,
And you don't
fuck
even
you.
see it swimming.
Fuck you.
You have no
Yeah.
idea where this thing is.
It could be anywhere.
And the crib is directly in between where that thing
And
was
she
and where
wasn't
she was.
surprised that
Yeah.
it went under.
Yeah.
She took it like she was expecting that.
And she immediately hops in the water, and it's up to, like, her fucking belly button. Like, it's, like, 3 feet. And she, like, walks over to where the baby is. And the entire time, I'm just like, oh, my God, this bitch she's going to get snatched. This is Jaws 101. Like, we've seen it. Come on. Steven Spielberg took us through this. And the moment she grabs the baby, the fucking head, I love this shot, just rises out of the water so smoothly too. Like, doesn't even make a sound while doing it. And they're like face to face, and she's just like slowly backs up. And I'm loving this part. This thing is just so ominous and creepy, and it's so dark in there, and the color scheme. So you see the red from the lights of from when she switched it over, and that's all you see, but you see the reflection off the water like on her. So you get this like watery silhouette red that's just like drenching her essentially, and that's like such a sketchy look. It just builds like in that whole fucking feel in that scene. I loved it. Man, talk about the score, the color scheme, baby.
Fucking nailed it.
So we're now it starts to cut a little. It starts to get a little Smoky Aces as it goes on.
So before it gets smoking aces, it's been a full 30.
Yeah,
For
that's
editing
right.
purposes, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. But hey, don't you move a fucking muscle. So we got plenty more 5-6 Kings coming right at you.
That's right.
So stick around.
Oh yeah.
And we're back. Hi. Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you.
Yeah. So we're back in that fucking scenario with Emily Blunt being basically face to face with this fucking creature, and she walks behind the waterfall because we saw a waterfall earlier where you could scream and anything's possible.
She gets behind it and just starts screaming.
Yeah, and she's just like, "You can't fucking hear me!"
And it doesn't work. It's not as loud as a real waterfall.
Yeah, so she gets fucking eaten.
Do
She
these
got
things
arrogant,
we never see them? Do they eat or do they just kill?
right?
We never see them eat, which is interesting.
Which is interesting, and I think that's actually thank you for bringing that
they
up.
just kill
That's
them
a
for sport?
That's a missed opportunity because
Or are they just killing for sport? Is that what Jim Halpert was getting at? It's like these things they kill for sport,
I think
for the thrill of the kill.
I think they do. I think that is actually
Thrill
brought
of
up in
the
the
kill?
second one a little bit that they do.
Thrill of the kill.
Yeah, throw the kill. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
They use that phrase. It's
Yep.
all the thrill of the kill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
thought so.
yeah.
All right,
But
guys, we'll see you next week.
but I think they also do eat some of it. Some of the, because it's like how else they're like a biological being. They gotta fucking eat. You know what I'm saying?
Just the thrill of the kill.
That's a good point, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Get substance off that.
the thing is about to like come through the waterfall, about to fucking eat her, and who saves the day again? Jack Ryan Jr. Because he's the fucking man of the house. I said it in the beginning. I've been saying it this whole episode. He is the man of the house, all right? It's not fucking Jim from The Office. It's Jack Ryan Jr. Because what does he do? He takes a slip and fall through the through the food processor, through the roof, makes a huge loud noise.
And the food process.
I don't know what the fuck
It's
to
a
call
big
it.
corn thing. I don't know.
You've seen it on
guys-
a farm.
you guys
It's
get it.
It's a big metal.
Big corn. It's all big corn just trying to push their narrative.
Yep.
You know?
Fucking corn.
Fucking big corn.
God, they're the worst.
Yeah, they're fucking ruining this country.
Like as if anyone wants kettle, some good old kettle corn or something, you know? It's a fucking terrible joke. So guys,
I loved it. I loved it.
so he fucking falls through, and I love it because I actually thought he was gonna die like this because he's like falling through the corn and he can't keep himself up, and it's like, well, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna cave through the corn. There's no oxygen underneath all that corn, so you're gonna die. Yeah. So, but he doesn't. He stays right above it. And what does Deaf Girl do? She thinks she's doing something. This part pissed me off. She thought she was fucking doing something. So she fucking jumps down and immediately ends up in a worse position than Jack Ryan Jr. Why? Because Jack Ryan Jr. is the fucking hero of this film. So when she falls in, she starts like, oh, she's going under for sure because she's deaf and she's bigger than Jack Ryan Jr. So Jack Ryan Jr. uses the piece of the roof that he caved through and use that to help keep her above the corn. And as this is happening, the fucking monster, well, actually right before this, the monster's running through the crop field, and we see Jim finds his kid's stuff in the crop circle, and as the monster's running through the crop circle, he's like, oh my God, this is from Aliens. This is crazy. This is like an M. Night Shyamalan movie or something. He sees the monster run right past him. He's like, holy shit, that's where I need to go. That's probably where my kids are. So we see the monster just like appear out of nowhere right next to the kids. Something I noticed, monsters not sinking. Right?
Monsters don't sink, baby.
It was not. I don't know if it's got fucking webbed.
He ain't gonna sink.
Yeah. This is chess, it ain't checkers.
The monsters stay on top.
That's right. They fucking stay on top.
Always do.
So the monster's like about to eat them. Should have eaten them. But they use that roof as cover, and the monster's like right on top, trying to fucking get through the fucking metal roof fucking thing, and the kids somehow survive. You know, like
She does the ear thing.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So actually, they're about to be eaten. That's exactly right, David. They're about to be eaten.
Yeah.
And her earpiece malfunctions again, and it's just screeching. She's taking the blunt fucking force apparently from it. And this other thing goes crazy, and it just creates a ginormous hole through the side of it and just like bursts out.
It's got to get the fuck out of there, and it just bursts through the side of the corn thing.
So you're really getting a good understanding of how strong these fucking things are. It's like, oh, that was thick steel. That thing just bursted through. So then it fucking, man, if Jim isn't just a superhero, I don't know who is. But he's not. Jack Ryan Jr. is a superhero. But Emily Blunt's in the investigation room, and she basically sees them all reunite in like just a random part of like the front yard of the farm.
So Jim and the kids all find each other.
Yeah. But Emily Blunt's watching this through the TVs because they have security cameras that are like hooked up all over the yard. So she sees that. And as this is happening, we start to hear the monsters again, which this part doesn't make any sense to me either because just because they heard the monsters doesn't mean the monsters are coming after them. They weren't making any noise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
So they immediately act, though, as if they were heard by the monsters. So Jim tells Jack Ryan Jr. and Deaf Girl to go run to the truck. And I'm like, why? Why not just tiptoe back to the house, back to the safe place, and just like play it smart?
Because this shit ends now, motherfucker, all right?
Yeah.
We're not running for the rest of our lives, all right?
Yeah.
We got to put a stop to this shit.
Yeah, Jim's like, I've had enough. I've been ridiculed in the office for God knows how many seasons.
I was in love with a woman who was engaged.
Yeah. And now here I am with my actual wife.
I got Dwight just fucking around with me.
Oh, my God.
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. And so when the kids go over to the truck, Deaf Girl, for some reason, goes underneath the truck. She's like, "Oh, it'll be more safe not with my hero brother, Jack Ryan Jr."
Seriously, she went under the truck first,
Yeah,
and then he went in the truck.
yeah, because he's smart and she's.
So I got mad at him. I thought either both under or both in.
Oh, you went the other way.
You guys both need to
Choose.
You got to commit wherever the first person goes. All right, we're there.
Yeah. And Jim runs over to like an open shed thing in his yard and grabs an axe. And the moment he grabs the axe, he comes out, and I love the way that they play on the darkness like in this film, because when you almost see just like the silhouette of the monster is like above the shed, and the moment Jim figures out, he turns around and just sees this thing, and it just this 10-foot long arm just takes him and fucking throws
So
him.
he swings with the axe.
Yeah.
And that thing's like, fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
get the
Yeah, swats him away.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're gonna hit my 10-foot long arm as I'm coming to swat you away? Yeah, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Sends him fucking flying, and immediately Jack Ryan Jr., as the hero he is, cries out, "Dad!" That's a good dad, right?
That was perfect.
Yeah, thank you. And then so the monster immediately is like, "Who the fuck are you?" and runs over to them. And so the daughter, Deaf Girl, jumps into the car, and we get like a perspective from her as everything is just deaf and silent. We just see the alien fucking monster just burst through the fucking car window and then gets on top of the car and is trying to attack them. It's like you're watching it also from their perspective. You're seeing like the car fucking dents start to come in and just seeing this monster tear this fucking car up. And we then see, as this is happening, we see Jim stand up and he looks at deaf daughter and gives sign language that says, "I love you. I have always loved you." And deaf girl's like, "No!" Once again, like, "Don't do it. No. And
But she's smiling at the...
no, yeah.
like she's happy because he hasn't said that in a very long time to her.
And fun fact, apparently this actually made John Krasinski cry on set. The deaf actress.
Fuck him.
Right?
Fuck him. He wrote this movie,
But the deaf
made that his character, and cried.
But this is what made him cry. The deaf actress, the girl was like, "Don't just say I love you, say I have always loved you." But she's deaf, so she had to sign language that. And he was like, so can you imagine this though? Just think about the perspective. Like he's on set and there was like,
I wish he would have said, "Hey, don't tell me
what to
how
do.
how to perform in the movie that I fucking wrote." All right,
I wrote, direct, I act. Who are you?
all right. I'll go get an actress who can fucking hear.
Yeah.
All right. People
You're
who can
lucky.
hear play deaf characters better than deaf people. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
It's science.
Yeah. But thank you. But so yeah, apparently just because she said that, you know, and it's like, okay, she's deaf. He like apparently teared up. Can you imagine just like on set, just him being like, "Oh my God, that was."
Yeah, because he's a fucking pussy. Of course I can imagine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Pussy ass bitch.
Yeah, that's Jim from The Office for you.
Roy was better.
Yeah. But he you know says that to her through sign language, and then he gives one hell of a yell. One hell of a yell. I mean, this shit sounded like it was bottled up for 473 days. Not 473. 473 days, just bottled up stress. And he just lets it out. And, oh my God, the despair on the fucking kid's face as this fucking alien leaps. And it does like one last giant leap before it swats him. Like from the car. Imagine this thing gets off the car and just says, "Oh, leap," and just as it's through the air, just goes, "Shup." Cool sound effects, right?
Yeah, and the kids watch.
Yeah, the kids are just,
Which is wild. Neither of them look away.
yeah.
They both watch it happen, which is bananas.
And they don't show the way that he is fucking killed, but you can best believe that he was literally cut in half.
yeah.
Like at the midsection, organs for fucking 30 feet long.
He was already fucked up from the first
Yeah.
swat.
Oh yeah, it was already
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is done.
organs everywhere, and the kids see it all. And for some reason, some way, somehow, they are empowered by this. So then they go and grab the shotgun. They go grab the axe. And they go from side to side, back and forth. She shoots, he axes. She shoots, he axes. And the fucking aliens going back and forth, just and they kill it. And you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. This should have been the whole film. Just them going on a rampage. No, it doesn't. They end up back in the home. And this also kind of pissed me off because like they enter back in the home and it's like, dude, the dude's dead. He's not making any more noise. Like, you guys made enough noise. Just going from there to there. He's already dead. Like, where's the alien? Where's the monster now? Like, the moment that the thing swats him away, it's gonna be like, and go like right back to them. You feel me? I feel like there was like a little bit of time.
But they weren't making noise. They got out of there.
Yeah.
Whatever. They would have gotten away.
I guess. Now I'm hardballing. But they put the car in drive is what they do. That was the thing that was going to piss me off too. It's like they put the car in drive.
I forgot they drove out of there.
Yeah, so the cars
They fucking drove out of there.
So they drive down the street, which is like not far at all, like maybe a few hundred feet, and they end up in the front yard at the Safe Place home where Emily Blunt runs out and reunites. And they reunite in a way where they're literally talking. They're literally talking. Like, not even like crazy, like little whisper. Like, they're fucking...
It's a safe place.
Yeah, it's Safe Place. 100 feet from the fucking hell.
Safe place.
Yeah. And so they reunite, and they end up hearing the fucking monster roar in the background, because now these monsters let you know that they're coming. Before, it's like, you won't fucking hear them coming.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, they're still around. Let's get in the house. Yeah, so they rush inside. They go down the stairs into the Safe Place. And now Emily Blunt is packing heat. She's got the fucking shotgun, and Deaf Girl comes down the stairs last. And as she's coming down the stairs, she steps on the nail, and she starts screaming, throwing a fit, and the fucking monster finds him and kills him.
Done a few too many of these.
But it's like, you can always...
Few too many of them.
You can always come back to it, David. That was part of the joke. It's like, how many can I give? It's like,
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
But no, so they go downstairs, and this is like the investigation room. This isn't the room that now was flooded. This is now the other house where it's not the Safe Place anymore. It's a never safe place. It's a basement of another safe place of another house where the investigation room with all the TVs and shit were. So the monster's back in the house, and it ends up like coming down the stairs, and they're basically trying to have everyone shut the fuck up. And Emily Blunt's pointing the shotgun at it, and it's about to basically kill him. And then her earpiece once again malfunctions, and she starts, in pain, freaking out. And Emily Blunt notices it and like, oh my God, that's affecting the monster. And the monster is like freaking out. He's like throwing a fit. It's like if you split it in half, on one side of the room, the monster's going crazy. On the other half, they're just like, oh my God, keep it going. Luckily, there's a literal fucking little amphitheater down there with ginormous fucking sound speakers and shit and a mic. So they put the malfunctioned earpiece up to the mic and just turn it all the way up. And this thing's fucking head is going crazy. So we haven't really said that, but its entire body is like this hard
armor.
Almost, armor. And then the only time that they're vulnerable is when they're actually listening to something. And when they listen, their head opens up, which is where their mouth is too. And when that opens up, the inner part of their face is what is vulnerable. So when the sound is making them go crazy, their head is like opening up like all over the place. It's like flaring open. And that's when Emily Blunt takes that fucking shotgun, cocks it, and blows that bitch's brain out. Boom. Fucking smoke that motherfucker.
Smokes it.
Yep.
Really happens.
Yeah. No, that actually really happened. And it was kind of like corny too, because she looks over on the wall, and it's like, what is the weakness she sees like in big and bold, and she's like, oh my God,
the weakness.
The fourth time is the charm. It's got to be the sounds, because they hunt off us. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm deaf. Holy shit.
So then we look at the cameras.
and we just see all of these monsters now heading in their direction. Emily Blunt looks at her daughter, cocks the shotgun, and she says,
Oh, I didn't think she said anything.
she cocks the shotgun, looks at her daughter, and says, one stays in the head. Cocks it and says, let's go, motherfucker.
I'm so upset I didn't get that.
Yeah, so, obviously the monsters didn't know that this is Palm Beach County. One stays in the head.
It's where I'm from, where N-words get gunned down and left slum.
And left slump. And you can see that fucking alien left slump like a bitch. Its long arms all fucking weird looking, all dead and shit.
Bitch-ass alien.
Yeah, little bitch-ass alien.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's A Quiet Place.
God damn, it was fucking quiet.
So quiet.
So fucking quiet.
Guys, so we'll take our last break. When we come back, we're talking future, baby. Future tripping all the way. So stick around. And we're back.
Hi.
Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you. So, Braden, that was a pretty quiet movie.
It's the quietest.
You know what movie? Well, it's not. You know what movie's even quieter?
It's got to be that Nutty Professor.
It's The Nutty Professor, guys. There's not one word said in the movie. It's all unspoken bonds that Eddie Murphy creates with the viewer and knocks it out of the fucking park.
What's crazy is
10 out of 10, Nutty Professor. Go check it out. What's crazy?
What's crazy is you understand everything that is going on. Like you don't need subtitles. You don't need sign language. Like Eddie Murphy just portrays it through his body language in such a way where you just understand it.
Maybe like how I said, unspoken bonds that Eddie Murphy creates with the viewer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can repeat what I said, just worse. If you
But like in a way where it just really describes, how great.
You know what other movie's pretty quiet? This movie we're doing next week. Someone pretending to be Corbin Finlayson suggested Walking Tall, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Johnny Knoxville. Guys, do you want to watch Walking Tall? Before we do a podcast on Walking Tall,
Do you
should
smell
watch Walking Tall before we do a podcast on Walking Tall.
what The Rock
Here's where you can watch Walking Tall before we do a podcast on Walking Tall.
is cooking?
It's available on Netflix, so go watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's silly
Simple as
to
that.
do any other scenario. Just go watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
But you can also, if you got a Primetime YouTube subscription, you can watch it there. Amazon Prime, Philo, Sling TV, all with a premium subscription.
Oh, sling that fucking TV.
Sling that shit. You can rent it for $3.99 on Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu, or the movie destination. That doesn't make sense. The place
where you get
the
movies.
movie getter place of choice of the 5-6 Kings.
Yes.
Redbox.
Ah.
Guys, it's Walking Tall, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Johnny Knoxville.
So many options.
Go check it out. It's a great movie.
Oh my God. Honestly, I feel like the building block of The Rock's career. Like that movie. No? What do you think? What do you think did it?
The Mummy Returns.
That was like, that was like his first film. He was in it for like 10 minutes, maybe 5.
Way less than either of those. Maybe like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the building block.
They're like,
His film career.
he's the Scorpion King.
All right.
We got to have him in here.
It's perfect.
When did you not see the Scorpion King walk tall?
Always does.
Always. Wow.
So, Braden, we did A Quiet Place. It was your pick.
Yep.
We did High School Musical last week because it was my pick.
Oh, yeah.
Someone pretended to be Corbin, and we're doing Walking Tall. But where, like, how do we know that this Corbin impersonator wanted us to do Walking Tall?
Well, they just went to our website.
Get out. We got a website?
Yeah, it's 56kings.com.
Do you mean FIVESIXKING.com?
S. Yeah.
And there's just a tab at the top that says submit ideas. You click it, you go in, you put ideally your name, or you pick someone else's name, I guess. You say your name, you say the movie you want us to break down and who you want to break it down.
Well, David, I don't know if you're a website designer, but that is exactly.
I'm not a website designer, but
Yeah.
I got a good feel for these things.
You get it.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, that's exactly what they do.
I mean, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I don't, guys, go to 56kings.com, your one-stop shop for all things 56 Kings.
That's sign language for all things.
All things 56 Kings.
Yeah.
Spring, they know where to go.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
Ah.
But when? You know, when are new like when they go to the website and tell us the movie, when will that movie come out?
Oh, David, it's every motherfucking Monday.
Unless it's not.
Unless it's not.
Guys, you heard it here first. Every motherfucking Monday, unless it's not.
Wow.
We got new episodes of the 56 Kings coming.
So exciting.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Go to Nev's Barbecue in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Tell them the 56 Kings sent you. I love you all very much. And we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County. That's where I'm